Clobberin' time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger, ready to move out.
It's clobberin' time! Clobberonimo!
Greetings, clobberers, clobberonimos, clobberettes, clobberoosies, clobberoids, clobberonicuses, and blobberologists, and just go for it.
Clobberonimo!
Indeed, and for those who do not yet clobber, the secret is to indefinitely bang the rocks together, guys. Yes, indeed. Good to see you all, my dear friends, and my fantastic friends who are here with me tonight on Clobby's Clubhouse. This is, of course, Clobberin' Times number 669 on YouTube, 1,369 overall, and Clobby's Clubhouse number 104. And with me, as always, is the greatest, most wonderful first officer in the fleet, my magnificent friend, Commander R.M. Briggs. Hey.
Hey, best friend. I love you. How are you tonight? It's a pleasure
right.
to be here.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Good to see you. And how about our chief engineer? What's up?
Hello. Sorry to be late. Apologize.
No, you weren't. But, you were perfect. You were perfect.
Well, perfect. Yeah. Well,
damn it, Mark.
Damn
perfect late timing.
But, I was doing the first Blake Sevens watch party tonight.
Oh,
so I didn't have time to do both episodes. But then, of course, I had to convert the file on the fly. But fortunately, Avon was able to help me get that file working. So it started about 10 minutes later than I wanted. But
did you get to watch the second one as well?
We watched the second one. Yeah, I wanted to watch both of them back to back tonight, but I didn't have.
Yeah, you covered.
Work got in the way.
Everyone reviewed the first one last week. So.
Yeah. But I just want to be completist.
You're covered.
Miss anything. Yep. But hey, out everyone in the chat.
Yeah, well, all right, man. Good to see
you guys
all.
Too. Yep.
Yeah,
Let's
good
do
to
a
see.
makeup watch party so that it will be complete, because you know how I feel about doing something fully and completely and in a linear fashion.
We already reviewed the first one last week, so that's
I know,
fine.
but we have to help his watch party so that he can say he reviewed them all.
Oh, that's on you. That's not reviewing.
So as the Blake 7 review police will be after me. Yeah.
No, you're fine. You're covered. But do what you got to do. I don't care.
I will handcuff you, Mark D with a C.
Do what you see. So, hey, what's up? Let's see here. What do we got going on? Number one, how about some opening words? And then we'll do some shout outs and show notes and shout outs after that. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness. I am so excited to see all of you in the chat. I am so excited to spend time with you. You guys are such great conversationalists, such wonderful friends with amazing ideas, amazing opinions. I miss these interactions while I missed them while I was away, and I'm just so excited to be here. I have a new book coming out. I need to finish it. I believe I have three and a half stories still left to take us over the top to 10 stories so that I can publish Science Fiction
Nice.
Tales Volume 2.
Yes.
And I have some wonderful folks who are supporting that work. These are my friends. These are people who have been with me from the beginning. They've backed my stories. They've backed my work as an independent author. These folks back science fiction, even though the corporations don't want anything to do with it right now. And those marvelous human beings are Larry, I love you. Larry, a man so nice. You should say his name twice, perhaps thrice. He's a full backer of my book, and he's been with me since the beginning. This guy has got my back, and he has helped me so much. Thank you, Larry. And another full backer is Tony Stark. This guy has had my back from the very beginning, and I just want to thank Larry and Tony Stark for their extreme generosity. I don't know how I will ever be able to thank you. I also want to thank my patrons, Sean Carter from Mars, Cardinal Sin. May you rest in peace, sir. Thank you for being my friend and for advocating for my work.
Indeed.
Shooter, pew pew, Wagner. Also, I have to thank Wagner for my avatar this evening. That is the creature from the Black Lagoon, reading Science Fiction Tales Volume 1, made by Gwag, our very own Gwaggy Gwag. I love you, Gwag. I also want to thank my patrons, Chris Persia, Scuba and Leslie Pete, Eric K and his trusty dusty dog Kirby, who I love, Enigmatic Drop Bear. I hope you're feeling better, my friend. Love you very much. Michael and Cassandra Beacom, Mark D with the C, Anti-Derivative Chill, Maximum Redstone, JT Cook, Dadman and the Dadman Clan, Lord and Lady Thoth, and of course, Little Lance. I'm chucking him some cheese, Rob Altus, and of course, Tyler. Without these folks, you know what? Independent sci-fi, science fiction in general, doesn't get published. So I love you all very much. And I just want to take this opportunity to shout out to the Wrenches. Thank you so much for everything that you do for Clobby out there on your socials, creating these beautiful marketing ads and spreading them all over the place. I love you, and I'm so grateful for you. And I just want to shout out my good friend Mark D with a C, who is a sweetheart of a dude. I just want you to know how much everyone here loves you and appreciates you. You are a cool cat, and I love being your friend. And last but certainly not least, Clobby, I love you with all my heart. Thank you for creating this space for us. Let's do it!
Oh, wonderful words as always from the most amazing first officer in the fleet, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. First, Chief Engineer, what you got going on?
Well, thank you, Raquel, as always. Yeah, you're too kind and too nice. Yep. And yeah, feeling better, Ravenscroft. Yeah, I had a wee out of shore leave, as they say, but a little
Dr.
tired,
McCoy
but feeling.
through. Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. McCoy pulled me through. Yeah, he showed up with a pill in the hospital, and now I have extra livers now, which is good. But no, thank you. You know, joking around, but
don't joke around.
I like to joke around. They said humor is good for the soul.
It scared me, so I'm just sending you a hug, and then I'm hugging each member of your cute family. Love you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, but well, always, you know, we're not supposed to talk about anything medical, but if you don't feel good, go to a doctor. Don't let things go is the main thing I want to say. You know, if something doesn't feel right, go get checked out, because you're better off getting checked out, because especially us guys, sometimes we don't want to kind of, you know, I don't need to go to the doctor. I'm fine. Yeah, no problem.
Manly man.
Yeah. I'll just walk it off. Yep. So that's my only advice there. But no, glad to be back. Glad to hang out tonight, and yeah, looking forward to it. And I found Greg Jane, who was one of the big time model builders for sci-fi series, Star Trek, and anything under the sun. They had an auction of his collection.
Get out of town.
You guys had a chance to see that in the tweet or the message I sent you. But if we have time, we should show that tonight, because some of the stuff went for all of it went for about $13 million, and a lot of it pulled up the dumpsters that people are going to throw out. When you see some of the stuff, Raquel, you'll go crazy.
All right, well, let's do that later.
So, later, that's so exciting. Everyone stay tuned. Mark, what a great find.
Yes, absolutely. We'll definitely, I was saying yes, later, everyone, we're going to look at that, because it's pretty cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely. So, well, how about some show notes and shout outs, shall we?
Do it, boss. Do it.
Let's see here. Tomorrow night I will be on the Great J-Man's channel.
Yay.
As always, with also our good buddy Decepticon. We will be there reviewing, as we've been doing every week now for a good while, Jack Kirby's Fourth World Saga. 3 issues each week in chronological order. We're having a lot of fun if you're a comics fan and especially a Kirby's fan. If you're a comics fan and you're not a Kirby fan, I don't know where you are. But if you are, please join us. We have a lot of fun reviewing this comics at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course,
that's a beautiful show poster. And those are 2 of the greatest nerds on the internet, Sean and Jay. Folks, get your bums in the seats for this awesome show. It's sure to be awesome because it's Clobby, it's Sean, it's Jay.
I wouldn't go that far, but anyway. But if you like Kirby Comics, show up about that.
Ooh, Larry just gifted 5 Clobberin Times memberships. Whoop whoop. Building your
thank you, Larry.
community. Building your channel, boss.
Thank you, Larry. Appreciate that, buddy.
Very nice.
Larry.
I'll be at usually at the Friday night comic shop talk. 32 Flavors for Nick Weiser at 8:30 p.m. Central Time with Nick and the boys talking some comics, and then of course, Saturday night Star Trek. We're beginning season 3 episode reviews, starting out with 4 more episodes as we always do. So it's ready. So we're ready to start season 3 of Voyager fans. And I'll tell you what, we've been having a lot of fun doing that no matter what. So appreciate all of you who've been showing up for the fun and the good times. It has been great, and we thank you so much. Sunday night.
Now I should make you sing the theme to Good Times.
Oh boy. No. Sunday night. Sunday night. It's time. The Geekery returns on 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the great Mark D with the chief engineer, will have he visited New York Comic-Con last week, and he will have the footage to prove it. He will have the sights and sounds of the con. We're all looking forward to that. It's just like being there. In fact, it's easier than being there because we didn't have to walk around like he did. So
yes,
easier for you guys. Yeah, to just watch the show that night. Yeah.
That's a sweaticon. It's not just a Comic-Con; it's a sweaticon.
Especially your cosplaying. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, look forward to hanging out with you guys for that.
Yep, that's on Mark WC's amazing channel. If you have not already, please subscribe. And then Monday night back on Jay's channel, 6 p.m. 7 p.m. Eastern for our Legion of Superheroes review. Sean and Jay and myself reviewing all of the appearances of the Legion of Superheroes chronologically in order, I say. 1958 through 89, the only Legion that matters. And so now for some shout outs to all of our friends, our wrenches, whether they're here or not, they get the shout outs. Then we'll shout out our friends who are already with us in the chat. First of all, we want to say thank you all if you're lurking. Any lurkers out there, we do appreciate you so much. And anyone who might be watching on a download or a rewatch, thank you. We really value you and we could not thank you enough. Please like and subscribe. Now, on with the shout outs. The great bronze wrencher himself, Eric K. Nothing for Eric. Okay.
Oh, no, I love Eric K, and I also love Kirby. We share a dog together. We're actually really good friends, Eric K and I. But I was just backing the chat up because your Muslim uncle sent a member for 12 months note that says Blake 7 is a killer show and an honor to watch together. So he's super stoked for this evening. Sorry about that.
It's start. I'll have it.
Yeah, he was just asking, hey, did you guys lose that? Sorry about that.
No, we never lose anything here, right?
I'm going to get to anything. Anytime you...
Except for our minds. We only lose our minds. Nothing else.
We don't lose... It doesn't save... Obviously, it doesn't save every chat, everybody, but it saves... The thing automatically saves the super chats or the super stickers or the member chats. So you're good. The great bronze wrencher and, of course, the great vindicated wrench of the Great White North. He is, of course, the Chris Persia. Thank you for all you do, buddy.
Yeah, thank
Rock.
you for advertising for the show tonight. And once again, beautiful advertisement. You make the most
Always.
wonderful show posters, Clubby and I, and of course Mark too. We just appreciate you so much. I mean, you are such a great and loyal friend to one and all, especially this channel and Mark's channel and anyone who knows you. And we just want you to know how much we appreciate that. Mwah.
Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. The great D. Bud Martin, the wrench of Iron. God of wrenches himself, the great Lord Thoth. Avon lives and long live the Legion, sir. Shout out to the lovely Lady Thoth.
Cheese in the chat. Cheese in the chat.
Oh.
Cheese in the chat.
J-Man, my partner in crime on Earth B, and fellow Kirby and Legionnaire reviewer extraordinaire. So,
I should also say that Jason is an author. He writes horror. And Jason, when I first started publishing Science Fiction Tales Volume 1, Jason was one of the people who stepped forward and put his real name on my work and left wonderful, comprehensive reviews of my work. And he's a really special person who is just marvelous to know in the creative community. And so I would love to see people, giving a little pat on the back to J-Man, Jason, as well. And if you don't know J-Man, please give his channel a visit. Maybe you could follow him to Twitter, find out who he is, and maybe visit his Amazon store, because he and his wife are both authors. His wife is an award-winning poet, and they're just really nice people. And of course, now they're hanging around with Clobby and they're talking comics and stuff. And it's because Jason is a super nerd and a really cool guy. So yeah. That's all I have to say on that. Thank you, Jay, for everything you did for me and my first book. I appreciate it. And Sean as well. Thanks, guys.
Super Wrench Supreme, Kal-El. What's up, buddy? Good to see
Real
you.
soup.
Real Soup. What's up? Maddie's daddy, Thorin Vegas, and Vila Vinch Meowny, everybody.
He's here.
Is he here? Good.
He's here.
What's up,
I'm
buddy?
so excited.
Good to see you there, bro. The rascally wrench himself, the Fanter outside here.
Eddie.
And Clobberin Time's own music meister, Max Redstone.
Maximum Redstone.
Now I got to back the chat up all the way back to see who is here.
Beep, beep,
hang on a second, everybody. All right. Taylor Swift, greater than Disney Star Wars, was here at the beginning, and thank you for being here. And yes, and I don't think anyone would argue with them. I couldn't tell you one song of hers, but everything's better than greater than Disney Star Wars. Even if she is messing around with that idiot Travis Kelce. But anyway, Brogo, hello there. Welcome. Keely Chow. Roll Tide.
Brogu.
Keely Chow. Roll Tide. Gwagnar.
Thanks for the avatar.
What she said. Ravenscroft. Hello there, Ravenscroft. Good to see you.
Woohoo!
Larry.
That's my guy.
Larry. Sorry, Larry.
He loves it.
He doesn't. He doesn't
Watch,
love it.
he's going to put in the chat, turbines to speed.
Yes. Oh, well, good. As long as he doesn't hate it too much. Walkie man. Hey. What's up? Walkie man. Walkie man. Yeah, and your Muslim uncle. Hey, buddy, what's up? He says, again, Blake 7, it's a killer show. An honor to watch together. Thank you. Appreciate it. But I'm so glad we're reviewing it. You know how much I love it. And they called him Scuba Pete. He's the king of the Ramba beat when he plays the maracas. He goes chick, chicky boom, bop, 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 bop.
Scuba Pete!
What's up, buddy? And
Leslie.
Let's see here. Claude Selling. Hello, my friend. Good
Evening,
to see
Claude.
you. Good to see you. Hang on. Brian Hepburn. What's up, buddy?
Evening, Brian.
Dave Bob. What's up, bro?
I said Dave Bob's here.
Hey,
and
buddy.
he also left you a member chat.
He did. Okay. Oh, okay. That's right. Let me go to the member chats real quick. Dave Bob says, I always forget about these things. Well, who could blame you? So do I. But good to see you anyway. Thank you, buddy. Amelia Clark's Squirrel Piss. Super chat. I had 10 hours of politics today. You are a salve. Well, thank you.
Aw, well, that's
thank
good.
you. It's good to see you, Amelia Clark's Fluids.
Yes. Amelia Clark's SP. I just want you to know that tonight you can escape into the stories, because that's what we do here. We escape into the storytelling and we talk about the storytelling.
Yes, have fun.
Welcome. It's a pleasure to meet you. And yeah, cool.
Have fun.
That was a great message I got when I said, Amelia Clark, scroll.
Yeah,
blank
I love
is-
it.
Sub to your channel. That was a great message to get. So thank you
Nice.
for subbing.
And again, thank you, Larry, for gifting the memberships, buddy. I really appreciate it. Let's see here. Where were I?
Larry just put in the chat. I said, that boy is as sharp as a bowling ball.
Oh, wow. I like
Love
it. Ravenscroft. I think I said Ravenscroft there, but hello,
You did, you
Ravenscroft again. Adrian James. Hey there.
Eden, welcome.
Let's see. Hey, Jill. Jilly, what's up?
Jilly!
Anti-derivative Jill.
Yeah, Jill.
Communications officer extraordinaire. Let's see here. Hang on, everybody. We're try to get there, buddy. Grim, what's up, Grim? Always love that name. Love that name. Bop. Ezra Goldstein, shalom. What's up, my friend?
Shalom.
Good to see you, Ezra. Let's see here. Dave G Sound. Hey there, buddy.
Dave G Sound, not just another body of water.
She said it. Don't blame me for that. Oh, this is sort of my fault, but I've tried to stop
No, it's
it.
100% your fault.
Damn it.
You
Partially.
gave me that one, and
It's
I ran with it.
It's partially 100% my fault.
It is partially 1,000% your fault.
But there's only a 10% chance of that.
You will not wiggle out of it. You will not.
Blake it down. He's DJ Ronnie G. What's up, dude?
DJ Ronnie G.
So, and again, don't blame that one on me, DJ Ronnie G. I have no control over the way she says your names out there. I'm just, hey, look, if you want, we'll try to do something. We'll try to do something disciplinary to her for the way she says your names. But right now, it's all on her. That's all I'm saying.
Blame Raquel.
Hey, well, what do we do first? What should we do first?
We have so much fun in store for everyone tonight. It'll be fun.
Yippee. Dude, Blake me for it. Don't Blake me for it. Simply Steve. What's up, buddy?
Simply Steve is here. Yes.
What's up, Looter? Good to see you. That's two Steves.
Oh, did you know that Dave G Sound goes to 11? I knew this because Larry told me so.
Yeah?
Yep.
Why
It goes to 11.
Louder.
Huh?
Why don't you just make 10 louder?
That's not the point.
You're supposed to say, but these
I
go to
sentenced
11.
you to watching Spinal Tap 15 times.
I have, or more. The correct response is, but these go to 11. I was playing Meathead for a second there.
Okay. Then you're forgiven. No penance.
I don't mind having to go watch Spinal Tap. I mean, that's one of the all-time great movies. So, yeah.
Oh boy.
My favorite
Very
scene
good.
is the Stonehenge, when the Stonehenge is supposed to be like humongous, but it's just
I hate it when it gets trampled by dwarves.
Yes, and it looks like a headstone instead of a Stonehenge.
60% of the
Very
time, it's
bad and
100%
funny.
of your fault. Yep. That's true. 60% of the time, it's 100% your fault. I was thinking of the scene in Naked Gun where he says, the doctor says there's a 50-50 chance of it. No, there's a 50-50 chance of survival, but there's only a 10% chance of that. What the hell? That's right. That's why every time when there's any percentage, I
Math
always
is
just
hard.
say, yeah. All right. Well, Ravenscroft, asking you shall receive. Blake 7 first, it shall be.
Oh, okay. Let me get the slideshow
Oh,
ready.
nice.
Yep.
If you
And
go, if
Simply
you're ready.
Steve says, "Give me
Oh,
Blake.
I have it. I just got to
Give
cue
me
it. I just got to
Michael,
cue it.
give me death."
What do you know? What do you?
Nothing.
Oh, give me
It's
a
just
Blake.
Me being silly.
Give me a Blake. Yeah. Yes, indeed, folks. Episode 2 of Blake 7 on its way. Yes, indeed. Who did their homework this week? We'll find out.
I did.
Well, I knew you did, but I mean, I wonder if anybody
I've
else
watched
did.
that episode 3 times last week. So,
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
well,
I've
once
only
I just
watched
had
it
in the
like 3
background
times
while I
in
was
total. like
Well,
total.
once to do the slideshow, once before I just had it on background while I was setting stuff up, and then and then I watched it for the watch party again.
Oh, okay.
Please
Mm.
don't quiz me on exact quotes.
You
That's
can't,
okay.
no. And plus,
Yeah, I'm not
Clobby's in
good
the
at like.
room. We
Yeah,
all
so
lose when Clobby's in the room because he has Blake 7 totally memorized.
yeah.
Well, maybe not. No, that's not. With my memory, you couldn't do that no matter how many times you watched it. I have a garbage, filthy, lousy
That's
bag
okay,
of
Cinderella.
crap memory.
There's a liberator.
All righty.
Yeah, well, that's a
So,
spoiler in the
Clobby,
credits. So
I'm gonna
Yes.
do Clobby's intro here for everyone because that's what our audience is used to. So everyone, tonight, our first offering in our first segment by the popular demand in the chat will be Blake 7. Mark has produced a lovely little show accessory to go with it. We are in season 7, episode 2. The episode is called Spacefall, and this was first broadcast on January 9th, 1978. Now, there is no significant user-generated information on this show because it's very niche. It's very esoteric. This is super quiet science fiction for super nerds and super geeks. So what I would like to do is I would like to hand the floor over to Clobby because this is Clobby's baby. None of us would know about Blake 7 if it weren't for Clobby. He knows this show like the back of his hand, and he also offers these wonderful impromptu summaries of the show so that we can all get started and have a conversation about the episode. So I'm going to do that right now. Clobby, would you please tell us about Spacefall, season 1, episode 2, Blake 7?
Yes, first of all, as you may or may not know, of course, I have kind of a little strange obsession with the show Blake 7. I know it's hard to believe. And therefore, I've actually done a show about a year or so ago. Well, it was a year or two now. I don't know if it was, where I ranked every episode, all 52 of them in order by ratings, by the ones that, worst to first, as they say, or first to worst, however you want to look at it. And tonight's episode, Spacefall, which of course is episode 2 of season 1, or season A, as they like to say over there. I rate it a 6.5. I have it ranked at number 18 out of all 52 episodes, which is pretty high, I think. Pretty high considering all things considered.
you're ranking out of 7, just so people know. Yeah.
Yeah, we're using 7 as just for the fun of it. Instead of 10, we're using 7. So 6.5. Yeah, you're right. Thank you for telling me for putting that out there, because people probably think, oh, you don't like it or something. No, 7's the high. We're using 7 as the highest rating just for the fun of it. You can, it's good enough. Last week's episode, the first episode A, season 1. Season 1 episode, season A, episode 1. The Way Back, the premiere episode, I have it a flat 5, which still isn't bad. But this one, of course, is number 18. It makes it inside the top 20, which makes it special in my mind. I love it.
Clobby, I have to interrupt because I want to say 2 things. If you worked all day and you're wondering what the significance is, Blake 7, and if you're just tuning in, Clobby is going to be leading the ratings for each episode, which you are free to join in on, out of 7 in honor of the name of the show. So if you've been working all day and you're just having a glass of wine and relaxing and you're wondering what's happening, that's what's going on. So it will be out of 7. We will not be using a scale of 10, and we will not be using academic A, B, C, or D. The second thing that I would like to table before I hand it back over to the boss is that Eric K just walks through the door. Everyone say hello to Eric K.
Hey, Eric
Hello,
K.
Eric. Love you, honey.
Eric, what's up, bud? What's up?
Sorry to interrupt, boss. Please,
Oh, buddy,
please
no
continue.
problem. So, as you all know, actually, The Way Back in Spacefall and even Cygnus Alpha, really, the first 3 episodes. Some could argue the first 4, but the first 3 are a trilogy of sorts. They're laying the foundation or the framework for the show going forward, obviously, because the Brits were definitely thorough, meticulous. They had no problem with letting their story breathe by doing a good job of, slowly setting it up, which it does, which the first episode does, but there's nothing slow about this one. Spacefall is terrific and great space drama. Basically, I'll give you a synopsis. I found, like on Saturday Night Star Trek when Raquel finds synopsis of Voyager, and she doesn't like really the way they are written out, but she kind of just does it anyway. Well, I'll just do the one I found on the Blake 7 wiki, and we'll go from there. How about that?
Okay, boss.
The London, which of course is the ship that Blake has been put on to be transported to Cygnus Alpha, leaves Earth's solar system en route to Cygnus Alpha, and Commander Leyland instructs his first officer Raker to inform the prisoners of the rules. The voyage will last for 8 months, and the prisoners are restricted to the seating area and adjoining recreation area, which contains beds, tables, chairs, though not enough of all of them for everybody all at once. Blake talks to Jenna and Villa and another prisoner, Nova, and is introduced to Care Avon, a computer expert who attempted to defraud millions of credits from the Federation banking system, 500 in fact, but they didn't know that. Some weeks into the journey, Blake has managed to, for some weeks. And there, by the way, if you've all watched this episode, and if you're scratching your head about what this 8 months business is, I've watched this episode maybe 100 times, and they've never, ever adequately explained what they mean by 8 months, because they act like there's 5 minutes into the whole thing takes place in 10 minutes, from the beginning of leaving the ship. They never adequately, that's a flaw in the episode that I don't mind. I'm going to hold its feet to the fire and something like that, but it is clear that they don't do a stellar job of making this look like 4, 5, 6 months have gone by or what have you.
Stellar, Clubby, really? Are you going to sink to the Scuba Pete level of puntastic punning?
If it makes you feel any better, I didn't mean it.
So
I didn't. It wasn't a pun. Now, I mean, I'm glad you made it the pun. I didn't, or whatever you want to call it. So, but no, I mean, I just okay. They didn't do a very clear job of. In fact, they did a terrible job of explaining it. How's it 8 months later when they're all? It doesn't. They even meant this one mention where Blake says a private deal with the crew to Avon says you've had 4 months to think about that. It didn't take you that long to realize they'd have to kill you to dump them anyway. That's another story. But so this 4 months is mentioned at one point. 8 months is constantly mentioned. It looks like they're not even 8 minutes out into space, but we'll leave that alone. I just wanted to cover it in case you watch it. You can watch it 50 times and you won't find any proper, clear explanation. So you just go with it. Just so you know. All right. All right, here we go. So where we go. Some weeks into the journey, Blake has managed to find a way out of the prisoners area. And by the way, they never explain why Blake, Avon, Villa, Gan, Jenna, and Nova, and one or two others are not doped to the gills like everybody else is. As even Jenna mentions that there's nobody else to help because they're all doped to the eyeballs. They put food suppressants in the food, which is mentioned by Commander Leyland earlier on in the episode, but he tells Raker to do that. So they're all standing around. They start working on Blake's escape plan. And Villa and Gan distract the guard, Daner, while he clambers along. Well, basically, let me find it. Blake breaks into the walling system and clambers around a crawl space that leads to the computer room. Then he convinces Avon. He tries to basically manipulate Avon, and there's a wonderful exchange between the two of them when he tries to say, could you knock out the computer? If you had control of the computer, could you control the ship? I could knock out, he brags about what he could do. He says, why? Just want to see how good you really are. He says, don't try and manipulate me, Blake. I know you need my help. Now, why should we need that? Because I'm the only one that can do it. But anyway, beside the point, I love that exchange. So basically, he talks Avon into, he basically convinced him, because for those who don't know, Blake is a master manipulator of people. That's one of the things you'll find out about the character.
Well, Villa also starts talking about the fact that there is no real proof that anyone ever gets to Cygnus Alpha. Like rumors that they just like dump you into space, those rumors are pretty strong, and there seems to be a significant amount of evidence that either or could happen. And I think that's what Avon, I think that's also a motivating factor for Avon.
Well, Avon knows that his plan won't work because, like I said, Blake said they'd have to kill you, so they wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
However, that rumor's disproven later in Cygnus Alpha.
Mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
but there's an exchange between. By the way, Sub Commander Raker. I want to take
Riker?
Raker
I know.
is played by. I want to show pictures of him later. Played by the actor Leslie Schofield. Doctor Who, Star Wars, a lot of other things. He's a sadistic sumbitch, a mean bastard.
he is.
Who basically tries to take Jenna to his room, and when she doesn't, he smacks her. He's a piece of work, this guy.
Yeah, he's a piece of crap.
Oh, he's garbage Raker. And again, he is also the gentleman who had the immortal line. Oh, hey, JT Kirk, what's up, buddy?
JT Kirk.
He had the immortal line in a certain movie. I think you guys can maybe be able to guess the movie when he says, "We've analyzed our attacks, sir, and it's a danger. Should I have your ship standing by?" To which Peter Cushing said, "Evacuate in a moment of triumph? I think you overestimate their chances. First one that guesses that movie wins a no prize."
Oh, Raquel knows it.
Well, of course, we're not eligible. It's the chat.
I love what Larry's put in the chat here. He says, "Why bother running a prison planet?" Yeah, when I first watched Blake 7, Larry, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, are they ever going to get to Cygnus Alpha? Like when there are 3 separate characters over these 2 episodes that discuss whether or not they're actually going somewhere. And I have to say that I wasn't sure what to think when I was first watching it. It's like, because the Federation is so psychotic there and so overbearing and so overpowering. And after that massacre, like, I wasn't sure. I think that's good writing, I think.
Star Wars, indeed. You get no prizes. Yours, Quagnar.
Quag.
All right.
So, I guess I should just use your pictures that you got. That probably just as well, right? Or do they keep going back and forward?
Well, they it's in order from the slideshows in order. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
at this point, Nova is in trouble. Avon goes into the crawl space, and he makes it he makes it into the computer room, but he has a bit of a problem. Stephen S is here.
Hey, Stephen.
We got 3. We got 3 Steves.
Uh-oh.
These are the Steves I know. 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 And if you don't know the Kids in the Hall, it's supposed to be crappy singing. These are the Daves I know, which I have adapted for all the Steves I know.
It's not crappy. They love it. So unfortunately, as the London is running into this space battle that they can't tell what's happening. They're going into a very, they're hitting a lot of turbulence. They don't know what's going on. They're experiencing the aftermath of a great conflict between. They don't even know what. Is it asteroids? We don't know. They don't know what it is, of course.
Yeah.
But the ship gets.
They know it's not their Federation or their.
They know it. All they know is they don't have any.
Not them.
They don't have any combat stuff in that sector, as they say.
Yeah.
So Leyland and Ardix and Raker don't know exactly what it is. The ship gets holed a few times, and this stuff fills up the holes quickly, like this.
Genius. I think it's just genius for 1978 to think that they would come up with a chemical that would be like expanding foam, that would not only seal the holes, but like seal whole compartments so that there wouldn't be any type of explosion or implosion. Any type of impact would release that chemical, and it would quickly enter into the crevices, the cracks and crevices, and fill the whole compartment.
Right.
It's I thought that was a very cool idea for 1978. Cool.
Yep. Avon, of course. I'm trying to move. In fact, I was going too slow because your thing's going so fast. I'm gonna try to keep up with the TV. Avon is broken under the computer room. He's finally had to overpower the computer guy. Who's no slouch. He has a good fight with him, but eventually takes him out. Now they can't wait for Avon, so they're gonna put the guard's hand on the blueprint. He won't do it, but then Gann says, "Look, we only need the hand. If you want to stay attached to it, do as you're told."
That's terrible.
Nice.
It's so true, though, that that is such a realistic response, because in that in that situation. Anyways, it's like
Well-
that'll hit you in the feels, as the cool kids say.
Well,
'Cause
Gan,
that is what would happen. We'll just take your hand, dude.
nice bluff by Gan, because we'll find out later that they wouldn't have been capable of it.
That's right.
Anyway, Avon manages to open the doors, and Leyland figures, we must take a lot more damage when he thought. He sends Raker down to the computer room. Raker and Arctic see they spot Blake and Jenna.
Mm-hmm.
Blake and Jenna, of course, will make it to the computer room while the Gan and Villa and the others, once they're freed, they go out. They follow Blake's orders, which was to go out and look for the armory and get some guns.
Mm-hmm.
And here you have Blake and Jenna joining Avon in the computer room. And of course, he tells Avon to shut the doors. Raker realizes what's happened, that the prisoners have taken over the computer room. They have complete control over the computer. Leyland, Commander Leyland, finally, he gets down there and he tries to explain to Blake. Well, I'm going too fast. Let's see here. Oh, these idiots here. Well, not idiots. Gan's not an idiot. Villa's an idiot.
I love Gan.
Yeah, Villa's an idiot.
I don't want to spoil anything for future episodes, but I absolutely love Gan.
Reminds me of Hoss from
He's
Bonanza
Hoss
for some reason. Yeah,
yes, he's a British Hoss, but he's got those guys by the arms. He's about to take them down, and stupid ass Villa drops his gun, and Daner shoots him, shoots a couple of the guys, and then so there you go. He goes, Villa. I got confused. Ugh. Damn it, Villa. But wouldn't be a story without it. So we need that to happen. Anyway, Leyland gets down to the communicator room and he starts talking to Blake, and he tries to warn Blake that we've got what's going on. This ship, we don't know what's going on. This danger coming toward us. We don't know what it is. He can basically hand over all your weapons and you remain, basically. Blah, blah, blah. He says, well, those are your terms. This are mine. Basically, he tells him, you'll take us to the nearest inhabited planet. We'll disembark. You'll let the prisoners off, and, we'll spare everybody. And he tells Blake how they're running blind, all the problems. And basically, Blake just says, better make your mind up quick then. Then we have one of the great exchanges. Oh, by the way, this guy, Daner, shoots an unarmed prisoner. And I really like Leyland, because he doesn't like it. He's actually a moral man.
Yeah, and that's good because Raker is a psychopath, and he should have been killed by his own men for just rando style executing people. Really, really bad. Really bad. Like Raker is
worse.
A psychotic. He's a psychotic animal.
And Leyland is upset when he finds out the 6 prisoners have been killed.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a man with a conscience. He's a good man. I love this.
Do you think they were going to just drop him out the airlock like Blake was, they were suggesting? Or do you think they were actually taking him to the Cygnus 7? Because that was Villa said there was the rumor, and Avon maybe.
Cygnus Alpha. They were taking him to Cygnus Alpha. Yeah.
Sean,
do you think
is
they actually were taking him there?
Sean Carter, what's up?
Our Sean is here.
We know they were taking them because they do take them there.
They do take. Okay, no, that was no, but then they were inferring that Avon was had a deal with the guards.
Yeah, but
the whole way through. Yeah.
No, Avon had already had the idea but as Blake had surmised, Avon was too smart for that because he knows they'd have to kill him too. Plus, Avon doesn't know Leyland. Leyland would never put up with it anyway. Raker might be the kind of guy to do it, but Leyland certainly wouldn't.
Yeah.
So
that was an interesting concept in the episode.
Right.
Though. I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have one of my favorite. It's so past it now. We can't do
I clipped a couple of they murdered my past, or
they murdered my past to give me tranquilized dreams. Anyway.
Yeah, that's a great line.
My family, my friends. They murdered my past and gave me tranquilized dreams.
At least you're still alive, she said. No, not until free men can think and speak. Not until
free men can think and speak. Not until power is back with the honest man.
Have you ever met an honest man?
Perhaps, she said. By the way, she said perhaps. That.
Perhaps, yep.
The
Yes,
next
you know,
lines, the
don't
next
doubt
lines
Clobbering
after
Time.
that, though, are quite profound.
Do you have the next ones or no?
No, I
Wealth
don't.
is
I
the
didn't.
only reality, and the only way to obtain wealth is to take it away from somebody else.
Wake up, Blake. You may not be tranquilized anymore, but you're still dreaming.
Yeah. So those
Wake
are the
up,
lines that I
Blake.
like.
You may not be tranquilized any longer, but you're still dreaming.
Sorry.
I think Clobbering Times did a better Avon than Avon. Give him a hand, everyone.
Sorry, everyone. I'm about 4 to 6 seconds behind everyone. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Oh, it's all good. It's all
I'm
good,
time
yeah.
traveling.
It's actually better to be talking over it anyway. So
No, you weren't behind us. You had no warning he was going to play those though. But I mean, you got any more? Let us know if you have any more. I mean, that's
I'll let you know. Yeah. I'm
you?
clipping as we go. But that
Oh,
when I'm
okay.
watching the episode again, I mean, there's
Okay.
always great quotes and those really. I mean, and that's what separates Blake 7, I think, too. Just the the quality of the writing, because they don't have a big budget, obviously. But when you get lines like that, and you're meeting Avon now for the first time in this episode, and he's just a phenomenal character.
Oh, yeah.
No spoilers, but he's obviously one of the main. I'm gonna spoil. He ends up being one of the main characters. You can't tell by now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Of course.
yeah.
I love him.
So
He's
that's why it's so amazing. Yeah.
Avon, the man, the myth, the bastard. So
I can go back.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
that was right. Yeah.
So basically, Raker says to Leyland, "I can get them out of this, sir." How? He says, "I guess what I want free hand to do whatever I want." So it's okay, so he lets him do it. Basically, he goes to the prisoners' quarters and calls Blake. He says, "Blake, you got." He basically tells him to turn on the camera to look. And he said, "Lock off your scanner and look." And so he shoots one of the prisoners. He says, "Blake, I'll shoot a prisoner every 30 seconds until either I run out of prisoners or you surrender. Do you surrender or I run out of prisoners or whatever." So, okay, you're a little behind. It went backwards a little bit. That's cool.
Well,
Anyway.
I was trying to. Yeah.
Oh, you were there.
trying to
No, I
let you
appreciate
catch
it.
up. Yeah.
I don't know. You can do that.
Yeah, I can go back and forward. Yeah.
Ravenscroft, when I first watched this show, I don't know, like 2 years ago when Clobby first introduced it to me, I absolutely loved Blake. And I thought that Avon was a villain. I really thought that he was going to be a horrible, horrible human being. And then my opinion changed. And I don't want to spoil anything, but I love the comment. Am I one of the few B7 fans who love Blake and Avon equally? Ravenscroft says. Ravenscroft, I cannot spoil the show for anyone who is watching it for the first time, but I think invested viewers go on a significant journey with Blake and Avon to discover who would be their true friend in real life, and who is a villain and who is a hero. And I want to welcome Turing Machine. Good evening, Turing.
Turing Machine. Hey there. Ravenscroft. I don't know. I'm sure there are some. Personally, Avon is my favorite, but I love Blake. I mean, look, it's not just called Blake 7 for no reason. Avon cannot flourish as a character without Blake. And even though, as we all know, it's not too spoilery, the show, changes later. A character like that cannot be a great character without certain other characters to bounce off of. Spock's a great character. Would he be as great without Kirk and McCoy? I don't think so. Same, would Kirk be as great without Spock and McCoy? I don't think so.
Right.
Nope. So in cases like that, it's ensemble or it's like a small group. As great as they are, I mean, Superman's great on his own, but it's still good to have supporting characters. Batman's great on his own, but he has supporting characters. Sherlock Holmes is great, but he needs Watson. I mean, so there's always these characters need other characters. And Blake is nothing without Avon. Avon's nothing without Blake. It all starts, I think, because they built up those characters together. Just my opinion on that.
Oh, it makes perfect sense.
No, it's not your opinion. It's literary theory, and you are absolutely correct. We need some of these characters are created to engage with other characters, to demonstrate lessons, to demonstrate personality traits, to demonstrate frustrations, reflections of humanity, reflections in our real relationships and the things that we hope for, the things we hope to be, the things we loathe, and the interactions create the magic, not just a single character all on their own. So I think your comments are terrific, Clubby.
Thank you, Ravenscroft, and thank you, number one. So yeah, he obviously Blake acquiesces, and Avon's not happy about it, but Blake just demand again. Blake's forceful. He just this is the kind of guy now that he's getting his own mind back after been gone for like 5 years or whatever. He's a bossy guy, and he just gives orders. He gives orders he walks out of there with this when he surrenders. He gives an order to Leyland, which he doesn't obey, but he orders people around. He ordered Avon, just shouted, "Open the door!" And basically, when he said, "You could have won, Blake," says Raker, "all you needed was guts." And there's about 7 doors. And of course, it didn't do him any good, but oh man. And I love this scene right here. It was my fault. We know.
Yeah. Coming right up. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, you got that one.
I'm doing that one right now. Yeah.
Cool.
That's why you again, you just love the writing on this show. It's brilliant.
I love, yeah. I mean, it's such good characterization. Let's see, but yeah, so they got caught, everybody, as you may know, in their attempt to take over the ship, and they're probably going to be executed. But on the bridge of the London, Leyland, Raker, and Artix see for the first time well, let's see. Before it has a name, it is, of course, Deep Space Vessel 1.
Oh, here's the quote. Here's the clip. The quote.
What a fiasco. You could take over the ship, you said, if I did my bit. Well, I did my bit, and what happened? Your troops bumble around looking for someone to surrender to, and when they've succeeded, you follow suit.
Brilliant, Avon. Yeah. See, now we're recreating
imagine being on the
VHS
receiving
tape
end of
you
that,
lost,
though.
yeah.
Like the way that it's written. Imagine being on the receiving end of it. It's so realistic and so cutting in demonstrating his utter failure, that you're cheering for Avon as he tells Blake off, because you're like, oh, Blake, how after all that, and now so many people have died.
Yep. But yeah, he would, Blake is not the kind of person who's going to let all those people be killed. So
brutal redress by Avon here.
So Leyland and Raker decide, look at that ship. It's drifting. It's the most beautiful thing they've ever seen. It's just like gigantic. It's beautiful that they decide that would be worth millions to the Federation. So they decide to salvage it. They don't detect any life forms on board, but they want to go. They go to it. They set up a transport, a transport tube thingy to try to make contact to go inside of it. They send a couple of their officers to their in space, well, sort of like space suits, I guess we call it, but anyway, in environment suits to go in, and they do. Wallace and Teague, and they lose contact with them. And they send a couple of more. He tells Raker to get down here, because he keeps losing men. Sends a couple more, and then Leyland says, "I'm not going to lose any more men." And Raker's like, "You just can't give up. That ship's worth a fortune. I'm not going to kill." But Leyland's the kind of guy who doesn't want to risk any more lives. I mean, that's just the kind of guy he is. Good on him, which is not good. Not a good fit. And let's wonder why he ends up with that kind of job with the Federation. He's not evil, not corrupt, therefore not ambitious, and not somebody who would work well with the Serverland types, obviously. So Raker comes up with the idea himself: then use prisoners. They have less to lose. So did you want to? Is that as far?
Oh, yeah. Let me replay. Yep, there we go. Yep.
Oh, cool.
There we go. Yep. Thank you. Yep. Trying to do 2 things at once. So yeah.
No, it's all right, man. I know we're overworking you tonight.
No, give me a shout out when
So these guys have pots on their heads.
Football suits, helmets, right? Yep.
Yeah, they're more like pots, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's cool.
Not the best, but they did the best what they could with the budget.
They couldn't afford. They had no budget, man.
No budget, right?
I know that geeks put a lot of emphasis on this sort of thing. Well, sometimes they do.
What?
Because like especially younger geeks, like they think it's cheesy and stuff like that. But for me, like I read, and so a lot of the stories happen in my mind. They don't happen in celluloid. They're not in film or TV. And then another form of entertainment that I love is theater.
Yeah, it's like
And
theater. Yeah.
definitely local theater. And so for me, like when I watch Blake Seven, and people are like, "Oh God, aren't the props terrible? Aren't the costumes awful?" I really gotta like I'm being 1000% honest when I say that, like at the risk of making a fool out of myself, I don't I like it doesn't get my attention because I'm just so used to, going to the Fringe Festival or going to the local theater house like the Walter Dale Theater or another theater house or community theater where there are these incredibly well-written plays or the reworking of, very popular plays by some really talented people, and there's no budget. So I'm so used to watching these stage plays where people have to pretend that somebody has a gun or pretend that they're on a ship or pretend that they're in a courtyard in some melodrama. My brain is so used to that when I watch Blake Seven, I don't think to myself, oh, that's cheesy, or oh, that's so bad, or oh God, can you believe that they use that to create this? Like it doesn't, like
Oh,
for
yeah.
me, it doesn't resonate with me. Like it doesn't matter to me because my mind pushes past that because of my own personal experience with arts and entertainment. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but in my case, it's just a joke. I'm just making fun of it. I mean, I
Yeah.
can still make fun of it. I
Yeah.
mean, like if I
Well,
watch,
no, I realize that, but it's also important for people who are watching because there are people who actually
oh yeah, you're right.
make fun of Blake Seven, and they're like, "Oh, that's so stupid. It's so cheesy." And it's not just like yahoos on YouTube or people on social media. It's actually critics who have said, "Oh, like the effects are so terrible, even for 1978." But I just, like I said, like I'm being totally honest at the risk of embarrassing myself.
No, it's
I've
not embarrassing.
watched so much local and community theater and so many low budget, beautiful works where you still required your imagination for the folks on stage that I can honestly say that that argument just doesn't work for me. It just
Oh,
doesn't.
me
But
either.
you're
Like I
not
said,
like most people, I have to say, though. Most people
It's true,
can't get,
Mark.
a lot of people can't get past,
It's true.
and they're not good special effects, let's be honest, but
They're not.
they did the best that they could with,
right.
within the budget. And then
Yeah.
after a while, once you get into the show, you look past it. I mean, when they're on some of the ships, you can see they bang into consoles and things shake, and
Yeah, yeah,
you,
yeah.
Yeah,
it's like, so Star Trek had, as you said before, had a much bigger budget, but you get by that, and then the writing is so good, and the characters and
Yeah.
characterizations are so good. But
yeah, and
unfortunately,
yeah.
a lot of people get hung up on that and don't want to,
And not
look at
give it a
this suit here
chance.
that Jenna's wearing. It's, they did what they could, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no,
So
it's all. I mean, I just like. I mean, I was goofing on the. I mean, I goof on it
yeah,
myself. Even I, who no one loves it more than me, and I'll goof on it sometimes as a joke.
yeah, right,
But
yeah,
I will also defend. I mean, first of all, the Liberator's a wonderful design, and that
yeah.
flight deck, I would argue, is beautiful. I don't care if obviously it looks as good as any flight deck or bridge of any ship I've ever seen. I mean, I love it that much.
Yeah.
I think they did a terrific job on that.
Yeah.
And then, yes, if some of the sets will shake one time, but I've watched that show a lot. I could count maybe once or twice every now and then you'll see a shake on I'm talking about on the flight deck.
Yeah.
Okay,
Rarely,
yeah.
but it'll happen sometimes. But
Yeah.
but still,
Yeah.
anyway.
It's
Anyway.
an
Just ignore
interesting
it, yeah.
topic as we work through Blake Seven because so many people bring so many different ideas forward in assessing, in reviewing the show. But yeah, I'm one of those people who goes to Shakespeare in the Park and And when I'm watching Macbeth, a squirrel will run up on stage, or somebody will drop something backstage, and then rather than focusing on that, and I'm sure many people do, I mean, lots of times whole sections of the audience will break off to just focus on the squirrel, or focus on jumping and reacting to something falling backstage. But I'm so used to it that I don't care about it. I push that aside because I'm just interested in the delivery of the lines, and I'm so invested in the story. So I just think it's interesting, and I love it when Mark says that that's not typical, because it allows people who like Blake Seven, who think more like Clobby does, who think more like Mark and I do, it allows us to come together and celebrate the fact that we like the stage quality of this show.
Yeah.
We like it.
No, this is like, like when they remastered Star Trek. I didn't mind that they did it because it didn't affect the story. And if they had those effects at that time, they would have used them. Doesn't bother me, but they never had to do it. I didn't need it. But they did it. Like, yeah, watch it. It was cool to watch. Oh, it's fine to watch, but it was not a necessity for me. If it was a necessity for you to like Star Trek, then you don't need to be watching Star Trek. Same deal. If they spent like zillions of bucks changing the effects on Blake Seven to make them look, and didn't affect the story, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd even go, that's kind of cool to watch. I wouldn't mind, but I wouldn't care, because if they'd had that at their disposal, they would have. But I don't need it one bit. So so I'm behind in the video, but I agree. I don't need high production values. Oh yeah, exactly, Jill. Now I've seen reviews. Well, Clubby, did you watch Terry Nation's other sci-fi series, Survivors? That's where not yet. I wanted to see it. I'm going to try to seek it out one day. I remember the Tomorrow People, Adrian. But I've never got a chance to watch Survivors, but he did that before B7. So anyway, let's get back to the Liberator. Blake, Avon, and Jenna are sent over by the London crew, by Leyland, to check things out, to look for the crewman that they lost contact with. The first one in the hatch is dead. Eventually they go onto the flight deck. A beautiful, wonderful flight deck. And interestingly enough, they see this strange, or in their minds, they see some kind of strange, I don't know, apparition. They don't know what it is, over where we later will know of Zen. And it calls to them. It reaches into their minds and lures them towards what will be, as a security system, lures them towards, what will be their end. But somehow, even though Avon is lured by his visions of his brother, Jenna, visions of his sister, her mother, Blake, it too is lured towards him, but somehow, and he's had a lot of things happen to his mind of late, he recognized it. He knew it was a fake, and before it could zap Avon and Jenna, he shoots off his gun, boom, and apparently, Zen takes that as I don't know why, but Zen relents and begins communicating.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of good that Avon's eggs are scrambled, so to speak. I mean,
yes.
Blake.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to comment just how beautiful Sally Nevette is, right? Yeah, says Ravenscroft. Yeah, I loved her. I love her. Love Sally.
And here's the line before they go onto the ship.
Execution may have some appeal after all.
Let's go.
Yep. I love Avon. It was great. So
you see what I mean? Like, they all keep revisiting this idea of how expendable they are as prisoners. They could be killed at any time. Not only airlocked or not delivered or shot by the firing squad. It's the Federation is just characterized so well in all of these little mini dialogues and extended dialogues, because these people are not long for this world. There are many ways in which the Federation employees will end their lives. Really scary.
They live in a terrible time, and with a horrible Federation. It's just not nice. And so basically, they look at the ship. They try to get a feel for the ship. He basically, again, Avon. I love how Blake is just from get go, he's just giving orders. He's like, he asked Jenna if she can fly it. She says, eventually I might be able to make it start and stop. He says, you got, what's it? You got 2 minutes, no more. He said, help her, Avon. And then he goes and has a little bit of a tussle with, or not so much of a tussle. He just basically, Raker comes out there and takes a shot. Looks like I mean, the second shot, we don't know. Somehow he misses Blake. We don't know why, but it's cool. And then Blake is able to, as Jenna gets the ship moving, the hatch closes and bye-bye, Raker. I never saw a time slip, Ezra Goldstein. I think I've heard about that one, or maybe not. Time slip. Nope, it's not coming to me. I'm not sure about that one, Ezra. How old is that show? So goodbye, Raker. You deserved it, you little piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Psycho nut job. He killed 6 people in cold blood.
Yep. That actor
like a terrorist. He executed 6 people in cold blood.
Yes, he did. And now, though, we're on the ship, and basically, he basically said, what are we going to do now? He says, follow the, we got a ship, we can go whatever we want. What do we do? Follow the London to Cygnus Alpha. I need a crew. We free the others. I need a crew. And he basically tells Avon, with this ship, we can start fighting back. And Avon is not happy about it.
I think it's kind of cool, though, too, that because of the way that Jenna talks about the Liberator, we also get this distinct but subtle impression that Avon may be interested in just seeing what this ship can do, because Jenna makes it very clear that the Liberator can do things that the Federation and people from Earth can't do. It's mind-blowingly advanced technology. And so you see the conflict in Avon as he hears about this advanced technology in the Liberator, but Blake's intention to linger and perhaps take revenge. It's just very interesting, and it's very good writing.
Indeed. Absolutely, indeed. It's just basically, like I said, I really consider the way back Spacefall and Cygnus Alpha very connected episodes. Even actually, those 3 for sure connected. So
a mini movie or mini series, they're so serialized, tied together, that it's you just watch them back to back to back, right? I mean, you don't have to, but it's nice to have that opportunity with streaming now, or if you have the DVD, it's a lot easier to do. Back in the day, you had to wait, right?
Yeah. Even Time Squad's probably, I mean, it's almost like a 4-parter in a sense before they get rolling, but definitely those 3, and we'll have Cygnus Alpha next week, folks. So, thoughts on this episode? I mean, like, this is, again, like I say, everyone, my ranking for it may sound a bit harsh, but I got it at number 18 and a rating of 6.5, which is not far off from the big 7. So you got to imagine, I mean, if it's that and it's all the way down,
right?
Well, if it's at that and all the way down to 18, it tells you how many episodes I love. I mean, 15.
You love this episode, right?
I do love it. 1 through 15 are all 7s for me, and actually the top the top 8 are all 7 pluses and 7 pluses and 7. I mean, it doesn't get to normal 7s till about episode 12. Like I got 7 plus, 7 plus, 7 plus, 7 2 plus, 7 3 pluses, 7 4 pluses. Yeah. So I must love the show a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, just a little too much probably.
Blake doesn't need to go to summer school. Yeah, with his grades with you, right? Yep.
Well, I could go through my notes quickly.
Please.
Remember, folks, this is only the 3rd time I've watched this episode, and I haven't watched this for like 2 years, a year or 2 years, when Clobby first introduced it to me. So here are my impressions. Just some things that, some talking points that I wrote down as I watched the episode. I really like the dialogue that conveys that the maintenance aboard the prison ships aren't the best. So it sort of shows that the decay of the Federation, we see it sort of reaching beyond its financial means. So this is a good hint that the Federation may have financial difficulties or has overextended itself to some degree. I like that subtle idea being conveyed in these conversations about how much maintenance the ships are getting, the prison ships, and how much assistance they're getting and how they're manned. So I really like that.
By the way, number one, yes, Ravenscroft, please, everyone wait till we give our rating of the episode. I was just giving my rating from before, but yes, we'll after Raquel finishes her notes and Mark chimes in, I will ask you all give us your review.
Thanks, Ravenscroft. That was very thoughtful of you.
But anyway, go ahead. So I'm sorry.
Once again, I really like the idea that they drug prisoners and that they are drugging them in all different ways. It's a little bit unfortunate that they don't explain why our little Robin Hood crew isn't affected by the drugs. It's as though they're not eating, but if they're not eating, they should be talking about how hungry they are. I like the way that they portray the heinous corruption here. Because when I first watched this episode, I really didn't know if they were going to deliver those people to Cygnus Alpha, and what the nature of these prison ships and who ran them, what the nature of these relationships were, especially with the Federation, and this level of secrecy and corruption and homicide. We get to meet everyone in this episode, and I really like that. We're slowly introduced to them, but Avon takes the spotlight here. I like that Blake coordinates the takeover, and I also wrote that this episode reminds me of Robin Hood, especially Rocket Robin Hood. And I was very happy to learn that this was intended by the fellow who wrote this episode. And of course, Gan is obviously Little John. And I love Gan so much. It's so good to see him. I missed him, and I just think that he's a marvelous character. He's a big, caring, sweet person, and I love Gan. I also really like the same thing Clobby likes, and that is the fact that the captain of this Federation prison ship or transfer ship, he isn't corrupt, but all of the men who work for him are. And so that must be a very difficult position to be in and kind of scary. We like the captain because we can tell by his countenance, we can tell by his facial expressions that he is extremely disturbed by the violence and corruption in his men, especially when Raker tries to grape Jenna, and obviously when he executes people. But at the same time, you get this distinct impression that he knows that he would be next. There would be a mutiny. They would easily kill him and just make up some sort of story. So we feel for the captain because of how evil and corrupt the Federation prison ship people are, the men under his command. They're not really under his command, are they? I really love, once again, Mark pointed out and Clobby pointed out the whole dialogue that happens after "Have you ever met an honest man?" And he talks about, how wealth pollutes the human relationships and how it's about taking from others. And so I really like that. And I wrote in my notes, it's important to note that Raker is no better than a terrorist. He executes people, heartlessly executes people via firing squad. And once again, I was sickened by the fact that he was so open about wanting to grape Jenna. And obviously, folks, I'm a grown-up. I'm a social scientist, but at the same time, it's important that we get past the algorithm. We can't actually talk like adults on YouTube because there's a great deal of censorship, even if you're talking like an adult about adult things. Anyways. And then I wrote in yelling all caps, "The Liberator." Oh my gosh, I've said this before and I'll say it again. This is one of the most beautiful science fiction ships I have ever seen. I absolutely love the Liberator. I love the way it looks. I love the way it fires the imagination. I love the fact that its design pushes the world building in this series. Your mind, the furniture of your mind, begins to move about as you imagine how they would go from the various places inside of the ship, how big the ship is, how vast the technology is, and the world just starts to, you start to push back the walls of this imaginary world, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And so this shows how important the science fiction mind is, as well as engineering. It's very
Except the
important.
ship goes the wrong way, but that's a minor aside.
No,
Anyway, I love it.
Joking.
I think it's cool.
No, I love
it
it too,
doesn't.
yeah.
It's something totally different, totally unique, totally gorgeous. And uniqueness is very important in science fiction. The Liberator isn't copying anything. It's something new, it's something fresh, it's something crisp, and it is world building. And it is very rare to see an element of a show that can be so evocative as to elicit world building just by its mere presence. This is great. So I give huge props to the Liberator designer. I loved the terrifying encounter with the alien life form that is obviously some form of like a security algorithm on the Liberator. All 3 times that I've watched it, this security algorithm is so terrifying and so effective. I just love it. I also wanted to say that I believe that Andy Weir may have watched Blake 7 because the tube scene is in his novel where he meets, I forget, the Hail Mary Project. So when he meets the alien life form and they begin communicating, it's in this exact tube. And when you read the way that Andy Weir describes the tube in the Hail Mary Project, it is identical to the Blake 7 Spacefall tube. So that transfer tube between 2 ships. So I just love it because I instantly think of the Hail Mary Project, one of my favorite books, one of my favorite modern books written by the amazing and marvelous Andy Weir. Of course, he's a science fiction author who could not get published by the corporations. They didn't want anything to do with him until Andy went on Patreon. And then they sat up and took notice of him. And we got The Martian from him and the Hail Mary Project. And I would just like to say the Hail Mary Project is much better than his first book, which they turned
Better
into
than
a
The
movie.
Martian. I couldn't go to sleep when I started reading The Martian. I stayed up all night.
Yeah,
reading
wait
it.
until you're wait.
So
Wow.
I mean, that's
Wait.
Wow.
Listen.
he owes me a night
The
of
Martian.
sleep, Andy Weir.
The Martian is a 10 out of 10 in science
Yeah.
fiction. The Hail Mary Project is 100 out of 10. You have to
Wow.
read the Hail Mary
Wow.
Project and get it in the hardback because it's gorgeous. So
Hark.
that is all I have to say about this episode. I just love it. Once again, I love the stage quality of it. I like the fact that it's all left up to my imagination. I enjoy that sort of thing. I actually enjoy this more because I'm not somebody who likes TV. I'm not somebody who likes film. I like reading and I like stage plays. And so the fact that this feels like I'm watching a stage play and
Yes.
that it's reminiscent of reading makes me love it that much more. So for me, this is a 7 out of 7. This is quality science fiction. This is what science fiction is supposed to do. It's supposed to focus on ideas and good writing. And I think it achieves that. This is a 7 out of 7 for me, folks.
Hey, Hark. Ooby-dooby's here.
Ooby-dooby.
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 Yeah.
Well,
Pass the tequila.
excellent, number one. Good to hear you. And well, so all right, go for it.
Sure. Yeah.
Engineer.
So you guys always say it so well. So not to try to be too redundant and lavish too much praise on this show, but when I first started watching it, I wasn't so sure that, why did Clobbering Times make me watch this? But having gone through it one time, I've only watched it once. it really hits. It just shows you how much better this. I shouldn't say better, but how well crafted this episode is as an introduction to our heroes here. Because really, the first episode is a setup of the Federation and what's happening. The dystopian future, the overreaching government where there's no freedom. And then this episode, you get to meet the gang, meet our heroes that you're going to be with for a while. Unfortunately, that the young guy that got stuck in the wall, I thought, maybe he's going to be a new character on the show, and he didn't he didn't last. Unfortunately, that was a terrible way to
Isn't
go.
that marvelous though? That
horrendous.
That it's like UFO, where you're actually scared that people will actually die, and you're not sure because it's written so well that you're like, oh. Is this guy going to be a part of our adventure? Oh my God, they just killed him.
Yeah. What's happening? Yeah, he's a young guy. He's going to stick around for a while. Nope, no. But just shows you how hard hitting the show is. And yeah, it's a minor point. You maybe don't know how long they've been on the ship, but it's just really, really well done. And the introduction to Avon is phenomenal. I mean, just his lines already in this show, and of course, and even like the other characters, the lead, like the guts line here.
You could have won, Blake. All you needed was guts.
I mean, it's just so well done and hard hitting. So I just love the introduction to the characters here, and you really appreciate them, and you're really rooting for them, which is the job of this episode, right? You're supposed to want to root for your heroes, and some things you watch today, you're like, I don't even like these characters. Why am I,
Right.
exception, is like One Piece, right away you loved all those characters, and yeah, this is a different genre, but this is kind of like,
that's how you do it. You got to get the characters out.
Get the characters together, and you got to make that first meeting. So they have a really amazing adventure this first time around, just like in One Piece, and then the gang is together. They've got their ship, and the Liberator is just one of them. It's an unbelievable ship. And I was watching I was joking about going the wrong way, but
I know
one of the model guys
shin kicks.
There's some of the model guys. They had the original model. Like I think they filmed it the wrong way. The engine's supposed to be, what they turned into the weapons, and the green is supposed to be the front. But either way, it works, and it's a very cool design. And yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to mind.
Mark.
Yeah, the neck is blue.
I'm gonna rover
and
you.
The Smithsonian proved it. This follow the science.
I'm gonna rover you. I'm gonna rover you.
Well, maybe make me a little skinnier. That'd be good. But
I love you, man.
The design is just so cool. And one thing, if you watch the DVD opening, someone did do a CGI version of the Liberator, which looks a little bit better because they had no money to film. The model is a gorgeous model, but they just didn't have the money to make it look as good. So does it take away from the show? No, but that's one thing. Some of the visuals, and but it doesn't in the end it doesn't in the end it doesn't matter. And of course they end that episode with this great line:
with a ship like this and a full crew, then we can start fighting back.
So
Avon's not happy.
Yeah, Avon just wants the money and to go out on his own. Yeah,
and I also think that he's a bit intrigued because remember this is a person who has a computer science mind, and here Jenna has gone and told him that this is technology beyond their comprehension. This is technology that that could take them decades to even figure out. She even makes a joke about how long it will take her to master the navigation of the ship, and she's an expert in this field. So they make it clear to the viewer too that Avon is also got a little bit of interest there. But when Blake walks over and he's just like, this is going to be my way of stopping the Federation and their bloody massacre and their control over. Yeah. Avon wants nothing to do with it. He's like, oh God,
Yep.
You altruistic people, just give me my money. Which is great with the character. And then the next episode is just as well. Not a spoiler, but it's very good. Let's say the next thing.
Yeah,
And this is almost like Clobberin Times was saying. This is almost like a little mini movie with these first three episodes together. But when you first meet Avon, I was like, oh, now I know why Clobberin Times likes this show. I mean, not that Blake's not a good character; other characters aren't good, but he's a standout with his dialogue and his and like you said, you need Blake and Avon together. You know, the foil back and forth. And Villa becomes a great foil for everyone, and kind of the jokester, but he's got some great moments coming up, and they're all. It's a well-rounded crew, and looking forward to a lot more adventures. And there's a couple episodes that aren't great, but that's
and the first season takes a while to find its footing in some episodes here and there, but
I don't know. I liked all of it. Herc 130, that is incredibly kind of you to say. I am always looking forward to a little ooby dooby and a few tequila shots whenever you walk in the room. So thank you so much for joining us.
Good to see you there.
Clip that hoobie doobie.
Ooby dooby. So
it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
So my rating is a 7. Yeah, I'm not downgrading this episode like Clobberin Times.
I didn't downgrade.
I'm joking. You're 6.5.
He's teasing you, boss.
Joking. I'm teasing.
No, you're right. I did downgrade. Now I feel bad. I feel guilty.
I guess you're leaving it for you got to have some room to grow there. But but this is an outstanding episode, and as everyone's been saying, great storytelling on an extremely tight budget. So and it's Terry Nation's writing. I mean, that's
okay. It's a 6.5 plus. How about that?
Okay, 6.5.
Okay. Like as long as you add the plus, I think Terry Nation does a wonderful job here, and he could write a stage play for me anytime, and I would definitely get my butt in the seats, to watch it, because it's just, this guy has an affinity for writing stage quality shows that I want to be a part of. I'm in. I'm fully invested. I want to know what's happening, and that's cool for me because, for me, science fiction is really about ideas, and the fact that this show uses characters to drive the ideas is quite unique. And it is a very cool experience for someone like me. And I thoroughly enjoy it. And it's never cheesy. It's never weird. There's no smoochy woochy. There's no weird, Odo, Kirodo with Kira, the baby bird being fed by the mama bird that is Odo, where you just have so much sick cringe that, you atrophy your cringe muscles because your cringe muscles are just in full cringeness. I just love this show. I think it's great.
Larry, I know I never chat in chats, but I wanted to use, I just, all those icons that we have, the cool ones that Raquel made, I never get to use them, so I put a bunch of Avon. I wanted to use the Avon icon.
You got it.
So, all right, so basically, yes, as you know, my rating is 6.5 plus.
Good.
That means I love the episode. You don't understand, folks. If any episode that makes my top, let's see, anything that makes it into my top 30. Yeah. And my number 30 is a 5. And anything that makes my top 30, I love it. In fact, we did the way back last week. That's North. I got that at 32. So I mean, and I love it now. So there are 52 episodes. There are some episodes I don't like, and they're at the very bottom, but not a lot of them. I mean, when you start getting, past like episode, into the 40s and below, 41 below, that I don't dislike any. So
I have one episode that I have a huge problem with that I find incredibly upsetting, but I can't talk about it because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But I was extremely upset to the point where I texted Clobby at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when I was watching it. I was like, WTF, why are you doing this to me? I love him. How could this happen? And Clobby knew exactly what I was talking about. It took me a few days to get over it because I was actually like extremely upset because I was all in on this show. So it's coming, folks. We are going to say some negative things, but they will be in context, and it's going to be most enjoyable.
Well, you know what? That episode that you're talking about is is in my number 10. And it's a 7, and it's a 7+ for me.
No, it's so
It's
upsetting.
brilliant though, but it's great.
I know, but it's upsetting.
So everyone,
I
I tell you
didn't
what.
like. Well, I was just saying I didn't like the one that's probably named after Spider-Man a little bit coming up. That was a wonky episode. But
No,
yeah.
I don't either. That's not a great one.
Yeah.
So anyone, if you have any ratings and any words you may have about the episode Spacefall, please come through with those now. While you're doing that, Raquel, if you could watch for a minute, I want to show something. You could put this back up in a minute.
Yeah,
Mark.
put it back. Yeah,
I can do that, boss.
let me
Okay,
look at this,
everyone,
yeah.
the word is given from the boss. Go ahead and
like that.
please
There
do
we go.
your reviews, and I'll star in for the boss.
Here's something I just want to show real quick. I want to show. Where are you? Okay. Kind of a tribute to the excellent actor who plays Riker, the nasty in the episode Spacefall, Leslie Schofield. I do believe it. He is still with us. The gentleman is in 83 or something like that. He has been on multiple episodes of Doctor Who, of course, Blake 7. And as you'll see right here, he has the classic line in one of the greatest movies of all time. He has a couple lines, actually, but we've analyzed their attacks, sir. There is a danger. Should I have your ship standing by? Mm-hmm. Evacuate? In a moment of triumph? I think you overestimate the chances. Mm-hmm. So you'll ever be known for that. And that was before he did Blake 7. Crazy. This guy went from being in Star Wars to Blake 7. And look, a very celebrated actor over there. He was really he was truly scary as Raker. He was a badass.
Oh, he's got the signed red card there from the Red series.
Oh, look.
Nice.
Yep.
He's an odd. I find he's an odd-looking duck, and maybe that's what affected his career. But he got a far more handsome the more he aged.
This is him on Doctor Who, Planet of the Spiders. He was in the War Games, I remember, on Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
But a spiffing bloke, and shout out to him playing the first real baddie on Blake 7. So,
mm-hmm. And man, was he ever a baddie?
Oh, Breaker's horrible. So, cheers to you, Leslie Schofield.
Mm-hmm.
Schofield, sorry, or Schofield.
I think it's Schofield.
It might be, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if we have some words from some friend of ours about the episode Spacefall. Our good friends in the chat. Let's see. Jill says 6 out of 7. Excellent. This is my first watch through. I especially enjoy the wit of the banter, the great detail given to the technology, and how quickly they're on their way. I look forward to the next one.
Yay!
Boy.
I'm so glad you liked it.
All right, Jill. Thank you so much for that. It's a ride. Like I say, again, since you've watched everyone who's not seen it before, but you've watched these first two and you're just starting, let me tell you something. This show, just like these, it takes its time. So it's going to be laying foundation. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I like that it does that. So it's a compliment to the show. Cause I love it. I don't have to tell you how much I love it. JT Kirk does a bunch of Avon faces, I think. So Avon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess 6 out of 7. Okay,
he's doing it like it's so.
Right.
That was his
I'm just
idea.
saying. Just saying, we don't get the on the StreamYard side. We don't get to see it, but it's
I
just
know,
the word
it looks
Avon.
so cool. So
we get
cool.
the word Avon here. So 6 out of 7 for JT Kirk. Haven't watched it in over a year, but I remember I really enjoyed it. Excellent. Thank you, sir.
I need to cosplay Jenna's uniform. That's a cute cosplay.
Oh, there it is. Amelia Clark Scroll stuff says Wee says 0 out of 6. It hasn't taken off yet. Okay, didn't like it, I guess. I don't know how to interpret that other than maybe didn't watch it. I don't know. Okay, or didn't like it. Didn't like it yet. Okay, that's cool. It's fine if you didn't like it. 7 out of let's see, out of 7, 7 and a 7.5.
No, 7 out of 7, 1 of 2.
Oh, 1 of 2. I thought it was a halfie there. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. A mix of internal, external conflict that B7 excels at. Blake and Avon, two men who react differently to the problem of evil, flight, danger, fallible heroes, and nuanced morality.
Oh,
and
what a great review!
Yes, that's like I wish ED was reviewing this with us. Sounds like he would be up his alley.
I hope he's okay.
I sure do.
Thinking of him.
Characters, Blake, Blake, resolute, undeterred, driven by morality and justice. Avon, scowling, skeptical, driven by self-interest and distrust. Jenna, hopeful but hesitant, wants to believe but unsure. Very, very nicely said, Ravenscroft.
Oh, wow.
Thank you so very, very nice. Ezra Goldstein is a 7 of 7er. Yes.
Oh, yes. Agreed.
Love it. Dave G sounds a 7 of 7 for the series. That's the deal for the series. That's the deal. Several episodes with comically terrible aliens or special effects, but doesn't diminish the overall quality of the final product and incredibly acted series. And incredibly active series. Thank you so much, Dave G. Now,
yay!
One of the things I'll say about seeing all these wonderful, positive reviews. Oh yeah, that's right. That was Fates of Evil, Ezra. That's right. I thought he was in Planet of the Spiders too. He was in Faces of Evil. You're absolutely right. But I could have swore he was also in Planet of the Spiders. I know he was in War Games. So thank you, Ezra. Anyway, my bad on that one. All right, let's see. What was this? Oh, seeing all these reviews, I'm now actually scared of some of my reviews. Everyone's going to think I'm hating on the show because of my very harsh, critical reviews of upcoming episodes. It's going to be sort of like you on Voyager, but not as bad.
It's because you've watched it so many times that it's settled in with you, and it's aging like whiskey inside of your heart and your brain. And when you allow a series or a book or a play to be exposed to it again and again and again, you get a very well-rounded, in-depth perception and opinion on whatever it is. So, yeah, I think you're going to go full on Voyager here, boss.
No, I'm not going to be mean to it like you are. Like you're mean to Voyager, though. Let's face it.
Oh, I am. I'm super mean to Voyager, but that's because it's very important for people like me to protect Gene Roddenberry and to protect Star Trek.
No, not Planet of the Spiders. Then because somebody else. Face of Evil. Thank you. I'm an idiot moron. Thank you. I'm a dumbass, Ezra. But thank you appreciate that.
Oh no, Ravenscroft has to leave. He says, folks, I am sorry to say I have to head out, but thank you for a great show again, and I'll try hard to be here next week. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
Have a great
Ravenscroft.
week. Take care.
Yes, thank you, Ravenscroft. Appreciate it. Amelia Clark, scroll stuff. Wee says, you never explained the Thanos face. Prob missed it. The Thanos face? What Thanos face?
I'm not sure about that one.
I'm going to need a little bit more of that. Emil, you don't have to super chat it. You can just explain what you mean by that. Thanos face. Hey, Don Ranger Power.
Don Power Ranger.
Hey, RTNZ.
Hey, hello.
No Club and Crew. Blake was Welsh, just saying. Is that bad? Your avatar was Thanos for 2 weeks. Oh, no, it wasn't Thanos. It was Darkseid. It was this one here. Let me show you. You mean this one? And the reason why it was Darkseid is because the Keith Giffen had passed, the artist who Jack Kirby created Darkseid, of course. So usually I was using Kirby's Darkseid, but since Keith Giffen had passed and he drew the Great Darkness Saga, one of my favorite Legion stories, I was using that I was wearing it for a while as a tribute. Keith Giffen Darkseid head as a tribute to him. That's what the explanation is on that one. But so not Thanos, Darkseid, Thanos is a ripoff of Darkseid, by the way.
Isn't it Darkseid?
No.
Just kidding.
Who? Look,
Shin kicks.
I was a kid. I was arguing with a kid, young.
I know. We've all had
ago.
that argument. Darkseid, Darkseid.
Like, no, it's not Darkseid.
Kirby said Darkseid. That's all that matters. So there you go. The creator said Darkseid. End of conversation.
Roy Kirk.
Or as Avon would say, if you didn't want the answer, you shouldn't have asked the question. You can do Avon quotes now, everybody. Who wants to do Avon quotes? Just kidding. No.
Some Clobby.
Yeah. No, don't, because you could stop me easily. I'm terrible. And my memory's really scarring me. So, wow, what fun. I love reviewing this. I'm so glad we're reviewing it. Man, oh man. It's going to be so much fun. I just can't wait. Then when we get them all done again, I'll do it. I'll redo my show where I counted them all down because that was so much fun. I wanted to do it again after I'd done it.
I don't know if I could do that, but I mean, like to do like
rank them.
Yeah,
you don't have to. I absolve you of the responsibility of picking your favorites.
It's a horrible thing to do.
Didn't you have to do it?
Putting things in order though, Raquel?
Wait, you did it with Star Trek.
I did.
You didn't like it, but you didn't like it.
Yeah. I hated it, and you had to give me like 3 pep talks in private where you're like, look, everyone knows that your opinions are going to shift over the years. Some years, Raquel, my top 10 is a little bit different. Well, no, actually, sometimes it's my top 20 where the 10 to 20 shift around, but the top 10 usually stays the same. But the most important thing to remember is this is not your final answer. And then after you said that, then I was like, okay, I'll do a club. But Clobby had to pep talk me into doing it.
Ezra, you must not have been hearing me when I said, I double checked it already, and I agree and know that he was not in Planet of the Spiders. I goofed, so I admit it. You didn't have to. I mean, who were you, Phantom Outsider, checking me like that? But that's okay, Ezra. I'm glad you're here. But no, I went back and double checked myself because I don't trust my stupid memory. So I could have swore that was him in Planet of the Spiders, but no, it was. I knew it was Face of Evil. I got them mixed up because they had a bunch of savages in both episodes. My opinion doesn't shift on Tom Baker. Mine either. He's the greatest. He's the goat of doctors. Yeah.
Some things move around, but
mine do.
Like when we're talking about Star Trek, though, Amelia Clark's SP. The thing is that I watch all 735 iterations of Star Trek in order, starting on January 1st. And I've been doing it for a long time. I think I might actually stop doing it. And what made it, what reinforced it is I was also doing it while I was exercising. And so like it just became a regular part of my life. But the thing is that sometimes when you're interacting with an iteration of Star Trek, you're more upset with some of the ideas than other times. And it's also centrifugal. So like my opinions don't usually shift on TOS as much, except for like when you start to get to like 25 through 30, you know what I mean? Like in your top. But for the rest of the iterations of Star Trek, my opinions do move around. Sometimes I allow myself to be a little bit more angry with some of the things that have gone on. And then sometimes I'm in a softer place in my life. That's what happens when you watch Star Trek from the mid 1970s all the way up to 2023. You change, the world changes, your opinions change, you change. So yeah, they don't stay in one spot.
Zacharat, what's up? And Dave G Sound throwing me out a quote from the episode Shadow. Lawmakers, lawbreakers, let us fight them all. Why not? I love Avon. That's a great Avon line. Yeah, that's in second episode of the second season, by the way.
Yeah, love Amelia Clark. I used to pre-vid. I used to walk 5 U.S. miles a day, and usually uphill. On like
both
one
ways.
of those special machines where it's like stairs or like a hill or whatever. And that's what I used to do. I used to watch like 2 or 3 episodes a day. So like the 735, it takes about 3.5 hours, give or take, depending upon how you're doing it per day to get through it every year from January 1st to December 31st. And then, of course,
I also speed up the episodes. You watch them 1-to-1.
No, I would never do that. And I'm going to shin kick you right now. I may look, Mark, you're agonizer, please.
But it's okay when
agonizer,
I do it
please.
For Voyager and Neelix. This is it's a Neelix episode, though, right?
So bad.
Who wants to review a Star Trek comic? Maybe not. Maybe you don't want to. We don't have to.
Okay, let me open it up without wrecking it, because Larry and I are actually bought these comics. We have them, and Larry's gone quiet in the chat, but I am thinking of him. Larry, honey. Oh, there he is. Hi, sweetheart. I am taking out the comic.
Bum, 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 bum,
Be very, very careful. Watch the tape.
I did. I got it out. And Clubby, you have to play the intro.
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and play the intro now, folks. It is time to review our latest Star Trek comic, Star Trek: The Early Voyages number 11, and away we go. As soon as I find it, where did I put that thing? There we go. There we go.
Warp drive, Mr. Scott. Ahead warp 1, Mr. Sulu.
Accelerating to warp 1, sir.
Yeah, time to review a Trek comic. First, we have a super chat, though. Thank you, RR. Appreciate it. Says, this won't Clobby. Baker was the GOAT. Doctor, 100%. Absolutely. It's just
nice. And SP4H and Doc Fortune are here, boss.
Hey, Doc Fortune, SP4H.
Yeah.
Hello there. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Always great to see you, my friends.
Oh, look at this beautiful comment from Kal-El. He says, Raquel, it's so true. Since I've been rewatching episodes of Enterprise lately, I've acquired a newfound appreciation for the series and how it ranks third on my list of classic Star Trek shows. Kal-El, I am so happy that you said that. Yeah. Healthy minds grow and we change, and it's really important for us to recognize that we change as people. We also reflect differently on what's happening in our society, and I think that's a testament to just how good Star Trek really is because you can carry it through your whole life, and you will feel differently about different episodes as you change. Your education level changes, your level of wisdom, your level of tolerance, and of course culture and society. And so that's, like I said, it's a testament to how good Star Trek is as it moves around inside of the window in which we live, and it's over before you know it. So, lemon pie.
Lemon pie. There was a little puzzled by this question, Dave G. Sound, who just asked earlier. It's Clobby. So are we doing B7 on Thursdays? Tonight's Thursday, and we've been doing it the past 2 weeks. You've been here, right?
He might be asking if it's final. I think some folks are waiting for us to finish Tales of Tomorrow.
I don't know what he's asking. I mean, he's asking. I'm just saying, you did hear us just do it. But no big deal, but I'm not sure why you're asking the question. But yes, sir, we are doing it for our second week now. We're going to do all the other 50. So
we're doing it all. So the segments, Dave G. Sound, we are going to finish Tales of Tomorrow. I had to go away for a little while, so we paused. But we have 3 episodes of Tales of Tomorrow left, so that will be the first segment. Second segment will be the Blake 7. We are so excited to explore this with Clobby as the Blake 7 expert. And then we'll be doing early voyages as Clobby introduces me to comics.
Right. Okay, I got you, Dave. Well, we did it last week, and yes, sir, it's all the way, sir.
Yay!
All 52 episodes, and now we're
going all the way.
Yeah, but thank you, Dave.
We're taking it home,
and we're going to review all of this comic too. Here we go tonight. We've got Star Trek: The Early Voyages, number 11 by Paramount Comics, December 1997, and here we have it. For those of you who do not remember, listen, we'll get you caught up a little bit here. Space, the final frontier before James T. Kirk, before Jean-Luc Picard, there was Christopher Pike, the real deal in here. These were the voyages of the Starship Enterprise's 5-year mission to explore real strange new worlds, not strangled new worm garbage, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before. In the previous issue, for those who do not know, the character of Carlotti has nightmares about the Chakoon, the warrior troops of the Tholians who slew her family. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Pike, on shore leave, takes number 1 on a trip to meet his father. Mm-hmm. Let's see. When shore leave ends, the Enterprise is back after the Chakoon, and they follow the destruction trail to the Theta colony, Theta Caleb colony, where they find the enemy awaiting their arrival. The story is The Fallen Part 2, and it's written by Ian Eddington and Dan Abnett. Guest penciler Michael Collins. Greg Adams is the inker. Marie Javins is the colorist. Janice Chiang is the letterer. And Bobby Chase is the editor. And Bobby Harris sat on his freaking ace and did nothing. Sorry.
I just want to say, Dave G. Sound, I did know that you have not been feeling well recently, and that you haven't been online and in the chat and stuff. And I just want you to know that I've been thinking about you, and I'm so happy that you are spending time with us, and I'm happy that you're excited about Blake 7. And Clobby, you received a gift from Amelia Clark's SP.
Okay. But hey, look, Dave, feel better, buddy. I hope things are going. Yeah, please, man, feel better like that. I did not know that. Raquel said she knew it, but I did not. But I'm sorry to hear that. But I hope you get better, buddy. We appreciate it. But like you said, it's a crime for you to miss any discussion of Blake 7. Absolutely, buddy. There you go. Amelia Clark's SP. Scroll piss. Pretty much.
Clobby.
Last one. How much for a good hard shag? He's quoting Blackadder now. Good one. Let's see. Maybe about 4 shillings. About that, old boy.
4 shillings. That's
I don't
really
know what
low.
that means. It just sounded like a Britishy thing to say. So, yeah, I cuss. It's not a curse word. You could say that.
Surely you're worth more than 4 shillings.
No, not worth more than that. And don't call me Shirley. Oh boy.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
Let's do this in Captain Jeffrey Hunter's voice. Captain Slog, Stardate. I'm sorry. Oh, wrong Jeffrey Hunter's voice.
Why are you messing with my Jeffrey Hunter?
Because I knew you would love it.
Okay, to the agony booth. Folks in the chat, please.
I'm sorry.
Put the captain in the agony booth. Set it and forget it.
Are we
Full
allowed
barbecue.
to do that? Are we allowed to do that?
No.
We are allowed to do that.
Hey. All right.
Are you
All right.
questioning me? You're agonizing, please.
All right. Here's my real Jeffrey Hunter voice. Captain Slog, Supplemental Federation's colony on Theta Caleb is I'm sorry, wrong one. Different Jeffrey Hunter. I'm sorry. Let me find. I'll just do a normal.
I don't believe this.
I'll do a normal one.
Find a spot in your body to put some Klingon pain sticks.
Well, there's plenty of room for it. That's for sure. There's plenty of it to go around and round and round and round. Captain's log, supplemental to Federation colony on Theta Caleb. Caleb is a ruin. Cocoon, a warrior race used as an elite shot troops by the Tholian overlords, have decimated it as part of a brutal territorial dispute. We have beamed down relief teams to do the best they can for those who have survived. High above the planet, an even greater task awaits the rest of us. So basically, folks, the Cocoon Warfleet, and they're at battle, as you can see. Some pretty good space battling stuff going on here. I mean, this guy's a pretty good. He's a pretty good backup for Patrick Zercher, the regular penciler, I think. Let's see. What's that? I just want to tell you and the other panelists, good luck. We're all counting on you. Well, we're doing airplane jokes, of course. It's a big building. It's a big building with patience, but that's unimportant now. So, Shields double front. What is this? Star Wars, Captain? Okay, get it? No, never mind. That's a Star. Definitely a Star Wars. I think Addington and Ever they were thinking of Star Wars with that one. Keep your deflector swings double front, Captain. We have a distress signal from the Brazzaville. How do you say it? No, is it Brazzaville?
Brazzaville.
Mm-hmm.
That's an odd name for a star.
Brazzaville.
Very well. It's not going to last long. So.
Well, yeah. That should have a better name.
Brazzaville.
Yeah. Captain's dead.
It's
shielding.
Kind of like Margaritaville, only minus the tequila.
I like how he said Captain's dead. Shielding F. Like I guess like shield. Probably said it's effed.
Fracked. He said fracked.
Okay. Need emergency beep. Help us. Okay, we'll help you blow up. Sorry.
Come on, Clubby. Usually you would do such a good job. You'd be like, Captain, dead. Shield.
Captain's dead. Shield. Need energy. Help us. Sound in space.
Right?
Yeah.
Much better, Clubby. And good evening, Parker Luck.
Parker Luck.
Hey, Parker Luck.
Cannot lose. Mohendas, did we manage to beam anyone out? No, we didn't, sir. Damn. Below, on the planet below, Nurse Cute Skirt. I hope that's her name. I hope that was one of theirs. She says that explosion. Carlotti, look, O'Neill, you're in charge. Basically, she's going to go off by herself because she's got a phaser rifle and knows how to use it. And he says, be careful, Gabby. Well, I'll stay right here where I won't get shot. I'm just kidding. Sure. Well, so she goes down into danger. And then the Hulk shows up talking about new cartoons on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I don't have that one in mind.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I do. Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
I do.
For the UPN. There you go. So, yeah. The Incredible Hulk with She-Hulk. Remember that second season of that Hulk cartoon? They ruined it with She-Hulk.
Stan actually talks about it in the letter column. You have to read how he read that line.
Letter column.
Oh, Lord.
He mentioned She-Hulk. Sorry. I knew it would get you.
Knows that Tom Becker was an expert. Amelia, look, it's all good and fun. We're not going to start saying crazy stuff about Tom Baker. You know. You like gladiator movies? Yeah. Good. I love it. We could do airplane quotes all night.
All night. Yeah.
Captain, the ghost ships have us in a flanking maneuver. Mm-hmm. Evasion pattern Pike 45. Pike. So our shields won't take any more punishment. They're basically in trouble. We haven't seen this guy in a while, right?
No, we haven't.
Grace.
No, we haven't, yeah.
Let's see. Grace here. This is Grace. His name is Grace.
Yeah.
You'll get it, Captain. Van reroute everything, but basically baboomsk. Van fakoom. Blob. Enterprise is getting blasted from all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Get fire control down there. Anyone want to chime in? And we just summarize it, then we'll talk about it.
No. Keep going.
Okay. Grace here, Captain. Severe damage with his loss. He's had some deaths. Engineering. Wow, look at that. Oh, my goodness. It's really messed up, man. tell Spock to get down there to help out. The ghosts, you keep calling them ghost ships because they're spooky.
Yep.
And we have ads for Nickelodeon. Now, Carlotti is going down after a crashed Chakun.
I like this sequence.
Yes. She confronts caution, lethal power setting, caution. She puts her gun to lethal.
Yeah.
This is for my family, you monster. She wants to kill this thing.
That's right.
Killed her family. Yep. She can't. Because of her highfalutin Federation morals, right?
That's right.
Come on, open up, you stupid. Oh, and
I love this. Look at this.
Yes. Yep. Opens up her combat suit.
Mm-hmm.
Meantime, we've got helm hard about, brace for impact. These Chakun are pretty powerful.
They are.
And this is your probably favorite scene here, number one, because Colt and Jose Tyler, he saves her, helps her, and looks like she might want to go on a date with him now.
Yeah.
I know you can't wait to see that.
We need the shipping on the ship.
I get super annoyed by this stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe guy there. Look at that smile.
Yeah,
come on.
Maybe it won't be too bad.
I know they do this to like try to appeal to women and stuff like that, but if you're looking for romance in science fiction, you should not be. That's not the genre for you. You know what I mean? Like science fiction is not a way for you to work out the fifis you have for your naughty bits, etc. Science fiction is not for that. It's not for that. Go watch a rom-com. Go read some romance novel, Harlequin, do your little thing. But science fiction is not the place for you to work out your fifis about love. It's just not. Gotcha.
I've learned from you about that because now I know if anything that's like has anything in it all, never recommend it to Raquel. So that's why I knew it was safe for Blake 7 because I had none of that. On screen, Mr. Nano. Let's see. Can this wait, Adam? I'm a bit busy. This is a guy, captain of of the other ship, Captain Crow. Adam Crow. Of the what ship again? The Achilles. Cool. Pull the port, Chris, and give me an opening. I'm going to try and burn those ticks off your back. Hold tight enough. This is pretty cool right here.
Yeah, this is super cool.
He comes along with his, I guess it's Miranda, sort of like a Miranda class.
Oh,
ship,
no.
really.
Dave G. Sound has to leave. He says, hey, my friends, I have to call it a night. See you all around on the tube tomorrow. Thanks for being on. Dave G. Sound.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself.
Dave G.
I'm thinking of you. I'm sending a hug. And thank you for being such a great friend to me, to this channel, to Clobby, to one and all. Take it easy, sweetheart.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dave G. Be good, man. Feel better. So he shoots shuttles filled with torpedoes. That was pretty cool. Great part of the galaxy. Idea. I know what he's planning. All stations brace for shockwave. Whatever.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Sound effects, courtesy of CLOBBERIN times. Adam Crow's party piece, 2 shuttles packed with photon torpedoes ejected at high velocity into the enemy's course. Not the first time he's pulled that trick, but it's always a showstopper. So the Achilles is in trouble. Our Chakun forces are vectoring in on 2 flanks. Whoops. Yikes. When this transporter locked now, get as many away as you can. See the report. 53 beamed out, sir. I'm scanning for debris. I'm scanning the debris for survivors. And then this has to get in the way. Cereal. Cereal. We want some post cereal. We want some. Let's see here. We got some Cocoa Pebbles and some Waffle Crisps and some Fruity Pebbles and some honeycomb. There we go. Anyway, nice. And some toys. So, field log, Chief Medical Officer Boyce. The relief teams have established 8 mercy camps along the fringe of the ruined colony. I am forced to move between them to coordinate the relief as radiation backwash from the Chakun bombardment is making communication impossible. It's also restricting our links with the task force. I have no idea how the war is going, but right now I have more immediate concerns. And he's basically telling her about where Carlotti went. And he can't really send anyone after her right now because he's got other things to deal with. And back to Carlotti in this wherever part of the planet where she found this crashed Chakun ship with this woman here. Chakun woman. Stay still. I can't treat your head wound if you move around. Why you help? Why you not kill Chakun, your enemy? Chakun, my prisoner. I'm taking you back for questioning. Starfleet will want to know why the Chakun has mobilized for war against the Federation. Human, no answer. Human seize Tholian territory. Oh, bull. She didn't say shite, though. The Tholian masters are just expansionist killers, spoiling for a war. Their territory borders change with their mood swings. Tholians tell truth. Humans, arrogant child race. Look who's speaking like Tarzan. Human space good travel. You. Humans judge Chakun human values. Human. Federation's not all humans, but
yeah.
Humans, you could say Federation.
It involves hundreds of planets in Captain Kirk's era and thousands of planets in Poopy Stew's era.
Yep. Indeed, that's true. But all they say is humans get blamed for everything. Human trouble. Humans think only human thoughts. Well, can't think yours, can we? Chakun Tholians understand cosmos. Space not static. Stars, planets, systems shift orbits, courses. Space alters. Boundaries change. Tholians realign territory every 8 cycles. Compensates. Chakun remove trespassers. But we aren't aware of this. The colonies you slaughtered aren't even a warning or a chance to evacuate. Why Chakun warn invaders? Meanwhile, whatever.
Good stuff.
Sorry, I tried.
Great art.
Good stuff. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
We like sound effects. Captain, the Providence is gone. Just the Nelson is, Nelson and us left. Damn. 2 ships. The Providence is gone. The Nelson and us left. So that means that Captain Crow's gone? Oh, my. Pike Wedge Room, we've taken out most of their fighter screens, but there are still 4 ghost ships left. Powers dropping on the shield. Spock here.
That's a nice Leonard Nimoy.
That is. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
especially
it looks like a young Leonard. Looks like a young Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, that's the nice young Leonard Nimoy. I like how Mark and I say it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes, we have done everything we can, sir. Life support is in unoccupied sections has been shut down, and the power channel to the shields. Captain, in simple terms, there is no more wood left to throw on the fire. You've been hanging around humans too long. It's down to the wire, Captain. Do we break off? Not an option. Number one, instinct says that Chakun wouldn't let us go anyway. Oh, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but look at her body. She's just beautiful.
I am looking at it.
Anyway, perfect.
No, yeah. Agreed.
That's our queen. That's our queen. And I know our queen would absolutely love that. The queen. That's the queen.
Yes, indeed. I agree. Besides, we can't abandon the relief teams. Number one, I want to apologize for the incident back on my father's ranch last issue. No need, sir. I think there is. You understood my fear was that he would die while I was away, and it is. But it's not my that's not my it's not my loss. That concerns me. It's my father dying alone. That I would not be there for him.
This kind of dignified intimacy that suggests sexual interest. This is the sort of thing that I don't mind in my science fiction. But the thing going on with Mia Colt is starting to peeve me off.
Oh.
I don't really care how many people want to, sleep with Colt. But I just want to point out that the more subtle, dignified intimacies going on between number one and Pike, I don't mind. I think it's great. I love that she cared about what was going on at the ranch And I love that she cared about Pike's relationship with his father, and that she not only respected the distance and their privacy, but also opened the door for him to express his feelings in case he wanted to. And there's no talk about, going out on a date and holding hands and will you be my boyfriend?
Eyes front, Mr. Tyler. Make your heading 042 Mark 8. Shuttle Bay, we're going to take a leaf out of Adam Crow's book.
Bossman, you just got a gift from RRTNZ.
Oh, thank you, RR. Appreciate it.
Zed.
He said RRTNZ. It's a completely different kind of flying altogether. It's a completely kind of flying altogether. Trying to get me to do an airplane quote, then I will. Yeah, I love it. Striker. Oh, sorry. Get that finger out of your ear. You don't know where that finger's been. There are too many quotes. We'll be here all day. If Maddie's daddy was listening, he'd be throwing quotes at us from that. You can't. You get him started on the airplane quotes now. Yeah. Pike.
Dude, why'd you put that in the chat, Amelia Clark? Why are you doing that?
There's no Pike discoveries called SCD. That's not Pike. That's pussweed. And no, all that fake tracks now.
Sorry, we call that the filth. That's finger painting in your own feces.
That's filth.
We don't talk about poopy diapers or any type of smearing of shite on real Star Trek. There are 735 iterations of Star Trek.
Only Jeffrey Hunter is Pike. Anyway, so he goes, he launches a shuttle. Bay depressurized captain shuttle decoy away. Lock phasers,
More
Mr. Tyler.
Great artwork too.
Nice clean shot, if you please.
Yeah.
Fire. Oh yeah, this is a nice work right here. Pretty nice stuff. Are you ready for a big one?
Oh, that was a gooder, boss.
Sorry, there's no sound in space, but we don't see it that way.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Twizzlers, no. Twizzlers, what? Some people like Twizzlers. I
love Twizzlers. I have a bag of Twizzlers right next to me.
You got Twizzlers right now?
I'm trying not to.
But not pull and peel. Pull and peel's nasty.
No, I don't like the pull and peel. It's got to be
That's
Twizzlers.
pull and peel. You don't want pull and peel, Mark.
Yeah.
Slaves.
No, I got the Twizzlers. Good stuff.
Slaves. Chakun, not slaves. Tholian's NX Chakun 400 cycles past. Chakun chose to service assembly. Chakun warriors. I don't know how this woman would sound. So Chakun warriors. Tholians. If it's like on the animated series, Chakun warriors. Tholians give Chakun many weapons, ships. Alliance provides multiple strength. Mutual strength. No, sorry, she doesn't sound like that. And what about those worlds? Those worlds who refuse to join the assembly? Death. You are monsters. Human thought. Why human judge Chakun ways? Personal Chakun kill. Impersonal Chakun kill human friend. Almost my entire family. Let's see. You burned the new Milan. Let's see. You burned the New Milan colony. I've got out alive with two baby brothers, and ever since then I've hated you and everything your kind represents. Clear now. Why not kill the Chakun now? Why not kill this Chakun now? Human hates much. Because to you, we may be a child race, but humans at least value compassion and tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
We value life itself. We don't rate killing as a solution to anything, which is not entirely true. You have to kill to survive sometimes. We strive for peace, this is true, of course. We strive for peace, understanding, and reconciliation.
Mm-hmm.
We'll even do whatever we can to save the life of an enemy.
Yes.
Wait, what's that? That's very Trek. And then these creatures beam down. Whatever that would sound like. Rescue beacon. Oops. Hold fire. Do not harm human. Yes, cohort general. Human spare Chakun life. Chakun spare human. Human value. Yes. And then she goes back to the camp. Oh, Boyce finds her. What the devil happened here, nurse? The most amazing thing, doctor. Then ads, and then, sir, ghost ships are breaking off. They're disengaging and leaving orbit. Are you sure behind us? See for yourself, Captain. You're leaving. Signal from the surface, sir. The relief teams are still in one piece.
That is not his voice.
Oh,
do
him?
his voice
Oh,
properly.
yeah, I'm sorry. Signal from the surface, sir. No, that would be like a signal from the surface, sir. The relief teams are still in one piece. I don't know how Nano sounds. I forgot. I think I did it one time, but I can't remember now.
I just love Nano.
I know. How would Nano sound? I got to work on that. I love Nano. Yeah.
Love Nano.
I know he doesn't sound like was it Ardix? No, not Ardix. Eric's.
Eric's.
Eric, he sounds like this. I know he doesn't.
But I
sound
like Eric's sounding like that. That's
like Eric's.
that's
Okay.
Jimmy Doohan.
I know.
I love Jimmy Doohan.
Oh,
he's a Canadian war hero.
Let's see here.
Let's get them out of here.
Let's get them out of here, says the captain. Captain's log supplemental. The Enterprise and the Nelson have transferred all the survivors of the incident to the starbase at Algol, where we now undergo repairs. Though tensions remain, it seems the Tholian War has been averted, principally thanks to one person. You handled yourself well, Carlotti. Frankly, sir, I'd rather be back facing that Chakun than go through that top brass debriefing again. Insight into the Tholian's fluid concept of territory is a major breakthrough for Starfleet, but you must have a similarly profound effect on. You must have had a similarly profound effect. Try to reduce fast, you idiot, on the Chakun cohort general. I think it was a simple thing, sir. Just as we had failed to appreciate their understanding of territory, which was alien to our own. They had prejudged our value system. I think they thought we were primitive, sir. I think I made the cohort general at least revise their estimate of humanity. And if I have, then I think I can begin to purge the hate that's been stagnating inside me all these years.
Good girl, Gabby.
Isn't that something? You deserve extended leave, Gabrielle. Thanks, sir. But now that I've found a little peace at last, I'd like to stick around and enjoy it. So
the next issue, Colt and Tyler, the most shocking surprise we've
told no
yet. Come on, I don't really care what Colt's doing. Anyway, Colt's going out on a date.
I do. Who knows? They might get shot at and stuff. They might have bad things happen to them. You ever think about that? Maybe he'll have to rescue her from some dumb
I don't think
monsters.
about Colt.
I do.
Maybe the chicken man cooks them dinner and it's a disaster.
Where are we at? Okay. So all right. Well, we did that.
It did remind me a lot of Arena towards the end of the episode, in terms of the Gorn, or what they consider their territory. So the Tholians consider this their territory, and then they're reconsidering maybe, what's happening. Maybe they are encroaching. Of course, these Tholians seem incredibly powerful too, right? So the Enterprise and the Federation seem to be no match for their tech and their ships at this point too. So that's interesting. But yeah, it's very Star Trekian theme there with reconciling, or not necessarily reconciling, but not wanting to kill the quote unquote evil alien or evil creature, and having that moment of realizing that maybe I'm not going to become that bloodthirsty killer, and I'm going to
I will not kill today.
No kill I.
No kill I.
I guess for what I forgot, the most important part is to get both of your views on the issue. First, let me say hello to Oliver Belamonte and thank RTNZZ. RR, thank you. Says, guess I picked the wrong week to quit. To quit basically was to stop or quit smoking, drinking, sniffing glue, you name it.
Oh no.
And amphetamines. It was
Clubby.
Another airplane.
You're so naughty this week.
It's airplane.
No, that's from an airplane.
That's airplane, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have movies memorized. You geeks, man, I tell you, you drive nerds up the wall.
Well, I can't. Just
Next issue, will number 1 be leaving Pike and the Enterprise behind forever.
Oh, yes, exactly. So, number one, what did you think of this issue?
I thought it was okay. I thought it was. I liked the end of it. I also really liked the fact that there are these mercenaries, and I like the fact that that they're like I liked the end storytelling of it. It seemed very TOS, but the beginning I found it a little slow. I'm not really interested in Gabby Carlotti's revenge.
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in the character, at least not yet. And I also didn't like the fact that we went right from that into what's going on with Colt and this guy who's, you know, trying to hump her leg like an unfixed family pet.
Only one page.
Yeah, I know, but still it's annoying. And I think that we could have used those panels to show this development of Gabby with this alien mercenary who turns out to be a high-ranking officer who can convey diplomatic ideas. And so I think we sort of wasted some time there.
Right.
I do feel sorry for Gabby, and I'm glad that being in Starfleet and being a part of the ethics of Starfleet is helping her to work through this otherness, this horrible war and this horrible invasion and this horrible loss that she's endured. I mean, she only has her two brothers, right? And everyone else is dead. So really losing that colony on New Milan is just devastating for Starfleet. And it's nice that her compassion helped to work in new diplomatic relations where there previously, you know, were none. So it's okay. It's not my favorite kind of storytelling. Like so far, I've been giving all of these issues like super high ratings. This is issue number 11.
11, yeah.
This didn't feel like an episode to me. The 10 other comics felt as though they were lost episodes.
Right.
This isn't bad, but it's not my favorite either. So I'm going to go ahead and like give it like, I don't know, like maybe I'll give it like a B plus. It's sort of like, I would say like maybe a 7.5 out of 10. It's okay, but just like the first 10 are pretty spectacular to me. So they're pretty high standard of storytelling. While you're reading the first 10, all you're thinking to yourself is, why didn't we get this as an episode? I so wish Jeffrey Hunter's wife didn't convince him that, you know, science fiction wouldn't make him a serious actor, and that, you know, and you wish that the network would have picked up the Cage version of the pilot. And yeah, it's just the first 10 are so good. So this one, not awesome for me, but in no way poor quality. It's just not really like what I like.
I got you. Mark?
Yeah, so I'd give it like a good solid B, so probably 8 out of 10. You know, it picks up at the end of the episode. So I hear what Raquel is saying. Although, you know, if I was on the bridge of Ensign Colt, maybe I couldn't resist asking her out. But you just don't want to see that in the comic, I guess.
Right.
Too, which I get. But of course, this is quote unquote geared towards, you know, young
yeah. But Mark, you and I are on the
adolescents.
bridge. I'm running the communications systems. You are checking on the engineering systems.
Yeah, you're not
You
doing
and I
it
are
there at
working
that
together,
moment. Yeah,
and all
yeah,
of a
you're not-
sudden we see Creepo go over and try and hump the leg of Colt while we're working. You would walk
not doing
over,
it there,
smack him in
yeah.
the back of the head, and you'd be like,
During
"What are
a-
you doing?"
during
Clobby's
a-
going to walk through the door at any
Right.
moment. He's going to see you acting like an idiot on the bridge.
During
Yeah,
a battle, by the way.
Right.
Yeah,
During a
yeah.
battle.
That's what got me. It was
Yeah,
during
I
a
know,
battle.
yeah.
That was
What are you doing?
I mean,
Yeah, that was
you
stupid.
might have you might say like have a one-liner or something, like, you know, but not you wouldn't take that interlude there. But that's the problem of shipping, right? I mean, it just
Yeah, don't ship.
just it just doesn't work there. Yeah, you could have a look between the characters or something, a glance or something, or a smile, but no dialogue would have worked better. But that's
or
it's
be
minor. The
adult
art
about
is
it. Say something like,
yeah.
"Hey, Colt, if we get out of this alive, think of me," or not think of me. That's super cheesy. But how do you fix cheese? I mean, it's very hard to fix cheese. Anyway,
No, you just
don't
say,
ship. Say no to shipping.
Well, you just say, "Oh, I hope we get out of this," and you have her smile back, and then they go back to their duty. I said duty, but
Duty.
you know what I meant.
And it's 2 O's, folks. It's 2 O's.
So I would give this an A. And the art is quite excellent.
Yes, it is.
Collins is good, and that's a big. I mean, Raquel, you've only read this comic, so wait till you get a load of some of the bad Star Trek art they have in some comics. Not to.
I know I'm going to die.
I mean, you probably won't read those because we're
No, I've got some things set up for you.
But you got some things set up for some.
Clubby only picks the cherry stuff. He's like he's his curation is remarkable.
Yeah.
Look at what Jill said. Look at what Jilly said in the chat. Don't ship on the ship.
Don't ship on the ship.
Had to highlight that. Hope you guys.
You got it, Jill.
Did you did you give it a number grade? Because I'm recording our grades. Did you give it a number like 1 to 10, Raquel, or did you?
I said.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I'm just acting on the fly here, so I didn't really consider it. But I think the maximum I could give it, Mark, would be like a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. That's passing. Yeah, pass. Yep. So, yeah, I'm just saving for my spreadsheet. But yeah, I did like the episode, and I like the Star Trek element at the end, in terms of at the end where it really becomes TOS, and that panel is Mr. Spock is great too. Yeah, and that one bottom panel, great artwork there. And it's definitely becomes an episode of Star Trek and not just a shoot 'em up in the end there, which I did like. So
Amelia Clark, are you trolling? I just got to ask if you're trolling. Like, this isn't my show. I'm a guest on the show, but so far you've done nothing but throw up a whole bunch of stuff in the chat about Discovery and how much you like Discovery. And now you're saying that you don't like giving art a number. We're reviewing. And so reviewing involves giving a number because we're trying to show
a rating or a score.
Yeah, a rating or a score. We're trying to exemplify these works and their impact on us.
Yeah, we're giving our opinions. I mean, so we're just saying what we think of them. And that's what you're using a rating system that goes by either numbers or the old school grading thing.
And trying to take the high ground by saying that we're acting pretentious. You give the Mona Lisa a 10 out of 10. I don't think you're sincere. I'm going to call it right now. I don't think you're sincere, and I'm not going to talk to you because I think you're a jerk off. So we're good, and I'm done with you.
Well, I'll give my basic review of well, good. I mean, you can say you're wrong and all that kind of stuff. It's just no need for a score. This is what we're doing here, and you don't have to like it, and that's fine. But that's what we've done this, and we've always rated things and given scores. And no one's telling anyone to do it, but this is the way we're going to do it. We do it our own way. Thank you. Okay, where we're at. Yeah, I give it about. Again, here's my problem with the issue. I've liked the series too. I've really enjoyed it, especially the just the whole feel of recapturing the Pike era, the real Pike era Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a lot of fun. I think they're cluttering it a little bit, even early ones, cluttering a little bit with all these other characters. I think these guys have this was 1997 that this was made, right? So it seems to me that these guys have probably watched a lot of TNG and DS. Now they're good writers, and I like their comic. Don't get me wrong, and Voyager, right? So you just it's that they want these they're writing as an ensemble cast as they've been seeing, whereas the original series basically it was Kirk, Spock, McCoy. Everybody else would be in there once in a while, but you had three principal characters. I don't if the Cage had sold and gone that way, and it had been, Pike, Spock, number one, and one. I'm not so sure it wouldn't have been the same way. Somewhere like a mostly Pike, maybe. In other words, 2 or 3 characters focus, and you have the other ones once in a while. I don't know if that had been the case. I don't know. So I have no way of speculating it. But I think you get. You've got enough. You don't even have enough established characters from the show where you don't really need characters like nothing against Carla. What's her name now?
Carlotti,
Carlotti or whatever, or some of the other ones. I like Nano.
Yeah.
And but I don't think you really need that so much still. And also, I think they're a little preoccupied with war stuff and space battle stuff in this comic. Even some of the good. Again, I really like it. I like the comic a lot. I want to see issues that focus more on science fiction type stories. Just everything doesn't have to be the war with the Romulans or war with the Klingons or even with the Tholians or whatever. So again, I hope that, and again, we do have some interesting things coming up, so I'm not going to say much, but at this one, I was like, yeah, it was an okay issue. I would give it a, probably like a B. Like a B, something like that, which means somewhere around an A7 or an half.
I really love this.
Whatever.
I really love your comments. And so before we get away from your comments, I just want to highlight how much I like them and unpack them a little bit. I think your insight is excellent here. I think that your reflection is accurate to what's happening. So I do think that there is some TNG influence here. Didn't really think about it that way, but that is, I think, salient. And we're seeing this, not only these lesser characters that we're not so interested in, and you and I both had that impression, but in you mentioning TNG really is an eye-opener for me, because one of TNG's problems was it would go off on these tangents where you would have an A plot, a B plot, a C plot, and even a D plot sometimes, where you're just like, we don't need all this garbage. Just tell us one story. And so I think that's happening a little bit here, and we see that with the shipping on the ship. And so I really, really like your comment, Clobby, because it does work to unpack what's happening here and offers insight into why it's happening. So I love, love, love your comments. Love it. And it aids a person in articulating why this particular issue doesn't work like the previous episodes did.
Yeah, but it's still okay. But yeah, I hear you. Captain Infinity and beyond. And I know the thing of scoring.
Oh, he's word wizard Captain Infinity. Is that the same person? Just kidding.
That's him? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just say
Infinity!
The only other thing I'll say about the whole score thing is someone has, Emilio said, I hate scores because it reduces the work. I don't agree with that, but that's fine if it's your opinion. We've always scored things here to give our opinions, but I just recommend if you don't like that, don't give it one yourself.
Well,
this person
I like
has
doing that.
Said that, like, has repackaged and said the same thing like 5 times in the chat.
That's right. I don't want to address it anymore.
Yeah, I don't think this person is sincere.
Well, I just want to say that I like, the score is an easy synopsis, and then you back up why you're giving that score and describe why you're reaching that score, and the score is just a shorthand for quickie, like what you felt about the episode, but then you really have to back it up with your opinions, and I think we did that here with talking about what we liked and didn't like, and how I thought this art, the art was great, but the story maybe wasn't as good, and that's typical of most comics too. You're always, you're ranking the art, the coloring, sometimes even the lettering can be bad on a comic, and then versus the story. There's also the panel composition. So there's a lot going into the visual medium. So we're not just saying A, B, C, or D, but we're
it's a political thing that this person is saying, and it's super annoying because what this person is offering, the alternative is pass or fail. So like or don't like. And that is a moronic thing to say. It's a moronic thing to propose, because what would happen if you were involved in a university class and a person put forward an effort that would yield an A+, because they had gone to the tedium of researching and using in-text citation and spending 2 or 3 days revising their work and proofreading it. And then you had somebody who just had some great ideas, spilled them out on the paper. They understood the work, but didn't invest themselves in the project whatsoever. And so they barely got over the mark. Both people deserve the same grade. What a stupid thing to say. I'm sorry. I think this person is completely insincere and just trying to start an argument. The argument of pass or fail or like or dislike and the ability to express it is a completely garbage argument that is meant to incite some type of huge argument within the chat.
Can we read Stan's soapbox?
No. First of all, I'll say Larry's pretty much like Larry says. The work stands on its own. Our reviews, do nothing to the work. Our reviews don't affect the work one iota. There are still going to be people who like it and people who don't. And it's just a fun scoring it and rating it is harmless. It's just kind of a way to gauge how much we feel about our review and how much we like or dislike it. And if you got a problem with that, you're too hypersensitive and you're a big baby, to be honest. So we're going to leave it at that.
Nincompoopery. It is nincompoopery.
I mean, yes. Do you want to read Stan's soapbox? No.
Yeah. So we got to get to
what?
So our favorite hero, Stan Soapbox. Hi, heroes! It's no prize time again. The soul-stirring moment of glory for you, Marvel's Laura Literati.
Why are you doing
so
this?
breathlessly awaited to honor those whose letters have been chosen because you said to do it. So.
No, I said why? I said I thought you were kidding about reading Stan's soapbox.
Well, this is a fun there's a fun question here. Is that when you originally created Tony Stark, did you base him loosely on Howard Hughes? Not loosely, but very tightly. So yes, there's a lot of people think Iron Man's based on Elon Musk, but Howard Hughes was he was an inventor.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, some people have been saying. Yeah, I know, but some people have been saying that. Yep.
Wow,
and,
really?
Well, this is what I wanted to get to was. The question about the Hulk. Has UPN renewed the Incredible Hulk animated series for next season? You bet you're no prize it's been renewed. And where do you see how wonderful and wisecracking She-Hulk almost steals the show? In fact, where do you see our versions of the Green Hulk and the Gray Hulk? The series is so great, it'll probably go on forever. So,
why are you doing this to me?
I'm sorry.
I don't want to hear him think about Stan Lee. We're having so much fun talking about Star Trek.
Sorry.
God,
you mentioned
Jesus Christ.
Well, you mentioned She-Hulk.
I was making a passing joke when we were going through the scroll, but anyway, it's all right. I mean, it's
I'm doing the in-text citation here.
It's Jesus, mother of God. What's weird enough night as it is. All right, so
you can't airlock me, right?
No. All right.
Sorry about that. I apologize.
You should be. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
No, I'm
no, I do. I mean, I am. You do deserve an agonizer.
I did have a tough week though, but you can still give me the agonizer.
Your agonizer, please.
No, it's all right. I don't know. But I really didn't want to hear about Stan Lee, but okay.
Well, in this,
can you at least admit you're doing it to be aggravating? Because that I can respect.
I thought it'd be semi-aggravating, but I also thought it was interesting how great Stan thought She-Hulk was, and I didn't have anything to drink tonight.
You knew it would be aggravating. Just admit it,
Larry. Damn it, Mark.
Because let's face it. Let me ask you this: did you do things to intentionally aggravate people before you met and started hanging around with me, or did you pick it up from me? I've always done it.
I've always done it. Yeah,
that's
I had two
why,
sisters.
That's why we hang out so much then.
Yeah.
Mark is a damn troll. That's a Mr.
Yeah. I mean, the other fun thing in this is if you remember the statement of ownership. I don't know if your comic had that, but which I used to love reading to see how popular. I used to love reading how popular the comic was. So.
Go ahead.
So the average sales on this comic. Well, here I'll just show my screen. I have it up. But this is fun. This is fun comic book stuff.
Never that way.
God damn it, Mark! Jeez. The laugh of an evil genius.
Yes. So subspace chatter. But the comics used to have these, had to, was the postal service required them to put in how many
Yes.
they sold. So they sold
That's
average
right.
number of copies 81,000. Now, if you sold 81,000 books these days,
Yes.
that's a big hit. And then
And that's nothing compared to some of the superhero books, but that's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good for Star Trek. comics.
81,000. I would just, I could die a happy person. Imagine
Yeah.
selling 81,000 copies.
a month, yeah. So closest to the filing date, 55,000, and I guess average during preceding 12 months of the year before, 44,000. So, and then
See, I'm stuck
single issue
back where
published based
Andy
upon
Weir was
32,000.
when no one was reading his stuff and he was on Patreon. That's where I'm at. I'm not at the 44,072 mark yet.
Someday, hopefully, yeah. So, but it sold 32,000. But if you look at like comic books today, I think they sell 10,000. Some of them 12,000 a month. So this is doing pretty well. So in the old time, when did they stop doing this? Clobbering Times. It's been a while since.
I'm surprised they were still doing it in '97. They stopped around. Oh God, I don't know, in the early 2000s, maybe. I have no idea when they stopped doing that.
Yeah,
DC
it's been
stopped
a while
before that, I think. But yeah,
it said required by.
It used to be required. So
must have changed it.
I don't think it is now, though.
Yeah,
that I know of. I don't buy any newsstand comics or any comics at all. In fact, do they have newsstand comics?
No,
I
don't.
Comic shops.
I don't see. I haven't seen one in a comic for years. Maybe
they had to do this because comics were except for direct sales.
Mail
comics
order,
were
right?
returnable. No, returnable. They were. That's newsstand regular. That's because they're.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they had to ship them out to stores and stuff. That's for magazine distribution.
Gotcha.
Whereas.
Yeah.
Comic shops have a deal through Diamond or whatever. They don't have anything like this. They don't, which means that's why they never have to release numbers without anything they sell. And it's also, and like Larry said, it's also subscriptions and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Larry
was always
a giant
interesting
brain.
This was always interesting I loved waiting for these to see how my comic was doing. I'm like, I hope it doesn't get canceled. I hope the sales are higher. Buy the Micronauts now. Don't cancel them. Well, I do have the
we got some stuff. Okay, well, we've got another segment. What we got? We got Mark's got stuff for us.
Yeah, so let me hide this comic here. I always have
Mark stuff,
right?
everybody. It's the Mark segment.
Mark
enabling stuff.
Enabling by Mark.
It's time for Mark
of course,
to show his stuff.
This stuff is going to be expensive stuff. So
what did you say about Larry?
Brain, what is?
Did you see that? Do you see when we do the videos or no?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, and sometimes there's a massive delay, and then I wind up time traveling for like 4 to 6 seconds.
Crap. Well, crap. Crappity dap. All right, everybody.
You mean Zathras? Crap.
Who wants to see stuff that we can't buy, but we'll want anyway?
Yeah, we want anyway. So this is Greg. We should tell a little bit about Greg, I guess, Mr. Jane. So he passed away, I think, last year. I can't remember his date, but he was a model maker for years and also collected a lot of things, and he pulled a lot of things out of dumpsters. So X-Wing tops the auction list, but it's far from alone. It was found in the expansive collection of Greg Jane, an expert craftsman who was skilled at bringing futuristic stories to life as he was devoted to preserving the models and props used to bring strange new worlds to TV and film.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one of the original tricorders designed by Hua Chang, excuse me.
Hua Chang, yeah.
Hua Chang, yep. So he died last year at 76. Worked for decades on the Star Trek franchise. He also garnered Oscar nominations for his painstaking work on Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind in 1941. Along the way, he kept collecting memorabilia. More than 550 items from Jane's collection are now headed to auction, from Nichelle Nichols' iconic knee-high boots and red tunic as Lieutenant Uhura to Nimoy's pointy ears as Spock. A hairpiece for William Shatner's Captain Kirk and Lieutenant Sewell's golden tunic are up for sale. Kirk, get a hairpiece? Oh, jeez. Anyway, starting from in the 70s, Jane built versions of the USS. Yep. Jane built versions of USS Enterprise and other iconic ships for the Star Trek franchise. Work that came after years of analyzing props and gear used in the original TV episodes. We watched these things a million times, and we would study each frame, his friend and colleague Lou Zertarnen said in a news release about the auction. We'd find a weird thing and we'd work it out. It went on from something we'd love to something we would love working on. The sale also includes Charlton Heston's flight suit in Planet of the Apes and a trove of props and costumes from early science fiction TV series, films such as Forbidden Planet.
What?
In addition to what he made himself, Jane traded, bought, or outright salvaged some of the items, such as the all-terrain chariot from the 1960s TV show Lost in Space that someone was going to throw out. Another rare item is the complete Imperial Stormtrooper costume from Star Wars. Also included a spacesuit from 2001: A Space Odyssey, which I think they were trying. He didn't want any props to survive, so he saved a suit. Yep, and enough tricorders, phasers, and communicators to equip a Starfleet away team. There's even a miniature Galileo 7, I shall add, type shuttlecraft. They should know it's a Galileo 7. So here's the chariot, which is one of the coolest things on Lost in Space. I just love that chariot ship. Amid these treasures, the rare X-Wing model is distinct. Because of ILM's pioneering work in combining different shots, it stood in for several fighters, including Red 5, piloted by Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker, according to the auction house. It is one of only 4 hero filming miniatures. Such models get the hero label if their level of detail is ready for a close-up shot that they were made.
Who wrote this article? They don't even know how to spell Galileo.
Yeah.
Who wrote this?
At 1/24 scale, a helmeted figure sits in the X-Wing's cockpit ahead of an R2 droid. Its engines and weapons have electric lights. Its wings spread for battle via servo mechanism. The special effects team at ILM even used heat sinks and cooling ducts to keep the model from overheating. Aside from the model's significance in film history, its high level of detail, such as the fuselage's weathering and blast marks, reflects a combination of imagination and meticulous construction that artisans like Jane used to bring audiences to new heights of suspended disbelief before CGI. And this is from Starship Trooper, and there's his name on the ship. Kind of small there, but very cool. Yep. In some cases, he was alone in recognizing the object's inherent value after filming was complete. None of the materials in the auction have ever been available to the public. Most even weren't made to survive the passage of time, and some would not have lasted were not for Jane, who friends and colleagues say rescued much of this material from history's dustbin and studio dumpsters. Man, I wish I was near those studios.
But that's also like some factoid involved there. You know, whomever wrote that, they're still projecting the factoids in Star Trek, right? Because we know that there is significant evidence that Hua Chang, for example, may have been exercising his right through contract to keep his creations, right? So if you're under contract, and then people make up these big long stories about, like it got thrown in a dumpster, or somebody threw it out, or it got stepped on and it broke, or it mysteriously disappeared. We know from reading Paula M. Block, and we know from reading those firsthand accounts that a lot of that is just like fan lore, right? Or a
lot of stuff, maybe not Star Trek, but a lot of stuff was getting thrown out by studios though too.
No, that is true. But when it comes to Hua Chang, and when it comes to Greg Gine or Jen, saving your own work when your contract is okay, well, you're gonna make these things, and maybe you find out they are going to throw it out. I mean, look at the exploration of you and Clobby teaching me about those glass plates that they used to use. Do you remember how horrified I was years ago when we started off talking about that, and you guys were saying, well, they paint those backdrops on a piece of glass and then they just clean the glass off, and I was like,
get rid of it.
What? And I felt like, I had been punched in the stomach. I just couldn't believe it. So, but it's just important for the folks at home to know that there are a mixture of truths when it comes to reclaiming these things from the dumpster, from the garbage bin, and all of the stories that go along with it. There are a mixture of truths here, amongst all of the fan fiction about the objects.
Like he has a lot of the Batman props from. I know Clobberin Times would die to have the '66 Batman, but he went into costume shops or stores, and I can't remember one of the articles I've written. He just bought the whole set, maybe back then for $500 or something, before people knew that they were worth anything or cared about things. Oh, here it is. Yeah, Larry Edmunds' bookshop, where in the '60s he kicked off his collecting by snapping up the collection of Batman utility belts and props available in the auction. So a lot of some of the things he bought. So here's the auction here, but this, I think I put this in. Here's the Galileo 7, the original.
I have to interrupt. Larry
Sure.
is saying, focus on the 2001 suit, please. Would you please read about the 2001 suit? Larry
Cool.
would love to hear about it.
Yeah, so Jane, as much as a student as a master of the miniature craft, preserved one of the only known surviving spacesuits from Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey. And from what I've read about that movie, he didn't want a lot of the props to survive. The six-piece, he just didn't want it to be duplicated or used on other movies.
Oh.
So he didn't want to be copied, yeah.
So he didn't want any recycling going on.
Recycling of his props, yeah. So the 6-piece ensemble in this auction, including the helmet and the backpack, hailed from the sequence on the moon, where the monolith signaled to the firstborn that humans have taken another step in their evolution. It sold Sunday for $447,000. Yeah. So yes, if I click on that,
I mean, if I had the money, I would buy it. Like if I had the money, I would 100% buy it. But like I have a 6'3" or whatever height he is. He's around 6'3", 6'4", animatronic alien in my office. So I mean, that shows you what a weirdo I am. But I would definitely buy this if I had the money, and it would be in my front room.
Oh, these guys better get spacesuits on. They're gonna die on the moon there.
Well,
But I mean, that's how amazing this movie. Now, some people call it, the Space Odyssey, or I mean, it's one of my all-time favorite movies.
What?
Oh yeah,
No, it's
people are bored.
Mad Magazine. No, the Mad
Magazine
Magazine joke before it was 2001 Minutes of a Space Odyssey.
Yeah,
that was a joke.
So somebody assigned a value to these objects.
They rated them.
IBM.
Yeah, it's a rating. You know what I'm saying? They put an amount on art. Oh,
look at this sold for $3.1 million. The Luke Skywalker's. My God, Luke is not gonna. And check this out, Clobberin Times. B9's feet.
Yeah. Oh, the one where he had
350,000.
Yeah. Wow. Which they never showed.
Yeah, they really, and then of course they locked the legs together because the
locked the legs together.
Yeah,
is that the black or the gray?
So that sold for $187,000. Wow. Hero Phaser.
Oh, if I had the money, I would definitely have that.
Well, you don't need a house, do you? Khan's ship sold for $200,000. You can offer them $250,000. Scripts, $200,000.
See, I always hesitate to get the scripts, and I know that there's a vetting process in these auctions, but it's just like, does anybody else question how many copies of the scripts there are? Anyway.
But I should own this. I should own the Galileo 7 because that's my favorite.
The most important thing is that you know how to spell it, and so that's important.
So, and look at the windscreen is totally different there too. So the front, it's interesting how they must have filmed it or added something. Yep. Yeah, there's a tricorder, $175,000. The chariot, which we looked at, 160, and that's of course the small one. Someone's mentioning in the chat. Someone has the full size chariot.
How big?
Well, this is probably like 14 inches or
14 inches. Okay.
I have a baby. 12. I have a Johnny Lightning one, but he's tiny.
Yeah, that's tiny. Yep.
I love that. That's one of the greatest things. Chariot, man, I love it.
Sorry. Yeah. So Steve, I don't know if he had the hero lightsaber. There's like 500 items in this auction.
Yeah, I noticed that, Larry. It doesn't say Galileo on the model.
What does it say? Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, and I think they reused it for other shuttlecraft, so maybe they painted over
I'm
that.
pretty sure that
Yeah.
Paula M. Block talked
Yeah.
about that.
They
We
have
spoke
this-
about that when we covered TOS. Remember they had the original, they had the set that was partial, and then they had the one that cost an inordinate amount of money, and they were waiting on that, right? So I could definitely see how they would be recycling it by putting the image of the Galileo on there and then removing it.
Yeah, let's see if they mention that really on here. But yeah, the countless Galileo shuttlecraft plastic model kits were sold in the 60s and 70s. Yep. Yeah, it's one of the all-time great designs.
Mhm.
You know, we could spend hours and hours looking at this, but just these are a few of the highlights. Here's Batman, folding hero Batarang, $106,000.
Wow.
Kirk's
Oh my
suit,
goodness.
away suit,
Wow.
150 grand.
Beauty.
So I guess that's the field uniform. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Another tricorder from Arena. So we have 2 tricorders or more. Another original phaser, communicator, $100,000. Captain Kirk uniform.
Nice.
Another Generations uniform for Kirk, $100,000. This dress tunic from Court Martial.
The dress tunic to me
Isn't that
is
gorgeous?
invaluable. How is that only $93,000?
I don't know. Buck Rogers.
Yeah.
There
I
you
love
go.
Buck
That's a cool
Rogers.
ship. $100,000. The
All right.
wraparound tunic, $93,000.
That's so awesome.
The motion picture, which he worked
I
on.
love.
He's got the uniform there,
Nice.
$93,000.
Beauty.
And I do like that design too for the shuttlecraft miniature.
Mm-hmm.
Another Captain Kirk tunic.
Mm-hmm. The avocado.
Yeah, you can see the original color there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And film.
Ooh,
This is from
poopy
the next
stew.
gen.
Who wants a pooped uniform? I know I don't.
Another Captain Kirk uniform. Colonial Viper. That's gorgeous.
Cool.
Original from 78.
I have a T-shirt of that I got from Redbubble.
Oh, which one?
Nichelle Nichols. The
Oh, cool.
T-shirt of the Viper, right? Yep.
Yeah, the Viper. Yeah.
Nice.
Enterprise E plaque. Wow, $62,000.
Jeez.
Ooh, the long range Vulcan from motion picture. That great
Yeah.
scene where it spins around.
Draconian fighter.
Yeah, look at this. He's got Spock's tunic. My God, have that in your house. Yeah. That's from the translator from Marina, right? That the Gorn
Yeah.
holds up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, and the Draconian
Rogers.
Viper. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean fighter.
McCoy tunic. Galactica 1980. Scotty's uniform. Why is Scotty's only 55,000? Hey.
I don't know.
Hey.
Dumb.
Jerry Ryan, 7 of 9. Didn't sold for 79,000, only 55,000. That's the outfit that got me in big trouble with my wife when she walked in the room. What are you
I
watching?
love that.
Yeah.
I love that laser pistol.
Yeah, this is the classic.
Is that
original laser.
the dodecahedron? I believe that's
the
the
cage,
dodecahedron coming.
Yeah. Oh, Sean's doing original Galactica model kit
Sean
from
Carter.
Fleabay. Awesome. And
Wait.
you just finished. Sean just finished. He just posted his last video on the constellation, which is very cool. So everyone should watch that.
You know they have a Galactica hallmark ornament now.
Lady
Yeah, I saw
Mary
that,
is
yep. I think it's the
requesting
new
that
ship,
you
though.
show the
No,
translator
Owen.
while Clubby speaks as the Gorn.
Okay, we'll do.
What?
Yeah. Thank you.
That's the Gorn
And
translator.
There we go.
Cue the Gorn.
$61,250. I shall be merciful and kill you all. That's too much money. I can't afford it.
Ouch.
Love
Empress
you,
and him.
Clubby.
Empress
That's
and him. Sorry.
awesome.
That was terrible. Oh,
Emperors in him. Welcome.
Hail. So yeah, this is good stuff there. Yep. I mean, yeah.
Sean Carter is a very talented model maker, and I'm so thrilled to have the NX-01 that he made for me and put a light kit in it. It's so beautiful. It's right behind me right now, actually.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Look at that. Oh, Spock's another tunic.
Dark Star. Oh
ship.
my God.
He
How many
built
people
that
here?
ship.
How many people here know Dark Star? Dan O'Bannon. Oh, well, Empress NM. Hello there. And by the way, Empress NM spotted it. Cool.
And this is actually, as Jill said, this is a cubotectron. I can't say God by any other name. That freaked me out as a kid when they crushed the crew member and then and then she was gone.
Yes.
I was like,
Yeah.
Oh man, that was
like,
horrible.
oh, I'm like, oh God, you
And
can't
then it
do
turned
that.
into a comedy.
Did it turn into a comedy, man? Like,
well, it's
Like
green.
you're like horrified at how psycho. And
Yes,
then it's a comedy.
I like that he crushed a human, turned into a club. I will do that to all humans. Don't worry about it, Larry. It's no problem.
I like that Larry says, "Thank you, Clubby. I know it kills your voice. I'm sorry."
No, it's fine.
Brain and brain?
What is brain? $42,000 for that prop that Spock wore to keep without his brain. Yep. Another Nichelle Nichols
Batarang.
uniform.
What the Batarang?
$42,000. We don't need no stinking cars. look at this mirror.
Oh
tunic.
wow.
You should own that.
40 grand.
Love it.
Another Scotty, Adam West utility belt. Oh my God, how cool is that?
Oh
gadgets.
man, how much?
Does it have the bat shark repellent?
Yeah,
There's
the shark
Liar.
repellent bat spray. Oh my goodness.
Does that come with Colonel Gray?
I see Captain Infinity, you've seen Dark Star, I can tell, with your talking bomb reference. There you go. Oh, look at that Starfighter from Buck Rogers.
It's so cool. Another Batarang, 38. He probably, I'm guessing he bought it for like $20 or something. God bless him. Whatever he bought it from. The patches from original series.
You can price anything. Can you sell something?
Well, these all sold. Yeah, look at Ezra Dax sold for almost 40,000 just her uniform.
Oh, look at the V shuttle.
Oh, I love the V shuttle. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Almost 40
Get out of
grand.
here.
Okay.
Logan's Run. Pistol.
Wow.
Oh, Catwoman's cat gun. Look at that. How cool that is.
Oh, come on. Don't show me that.
Beautiful.
You have to get that for your cosplay.
I need it now. Hey, do you want to 3D print it for me?
I could try. Yeah.
You could probably
it looks like it's just probably it looks like it's probably just a toy pistol, and they found a cat and put the two together with the
True.
Ooh,
that a great episode. Well, a weird episode. Meglos, Ezra. Yeah. Oh,
McCoy's tunic.
Nice. Yeah.
Look at Forbidden Planet.
Forbidden Planet. Well, oh my God. Wow.
It's an amazing collection he had. Yeah.
That's so much.
Another utility belt.
It's so dumb to sell
V
all
for
this.
victory.
All of this needed to go in a museum.
It belongs in the
all-purpose
museum.
bat swatter.
Yep.
Well, you can actually buy. I might buy the catalog. The book is $25. I do have the original Star Trek auction when they did the big auction. I bought the catalog, and you can buy it. So.
Look at that! Oh man, this is Space 1999 stuff.
Discovery Space helmet. Wow. Oh, from 2010. Okay. Yep. But still very cool. Here you go. There you go, Raquel. You could use that for your cosplay.
Oh, man.
Just don't drop it.
I would not drop it.
Space 1999.
Space 1999 uniform, disruptors.
More shirts. It's like, wow, he the whole crew. It's like,
oh wow, look at the sea view from the Walter Pigeon movie.
That one, McCoy's has a huge stain on it. I wonder if it's mint julep.
Is that really tiny or something?
Like
a tiny model of the sea view?
Well, it's probably. Let's see. It's probably.
That's from the Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea movie, not the show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see, how big is it? 51 inches long.
Rather a personal question, isn't it?
That's almost it's almost 5 feet long, so it's pretty darn big, nice. Actually.
That's from the Walter Pigeon movie, not the TV show, but that's badass. Got any other pictures of it or no?
Well, yeah.
Pretty
there
cool.
we go. Yeah. Oh, I love that movie and the show. The show was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you a sense of the scale there, I guess, but yeah. And they changed the windows on the show. The windows.
They did.
Changed.
It's different. It's a pretty different sub.
Yeah. If you.
That's so cool. I love that ship.
Good show. Bat 1 Gotham City. Oh God.
Oh man. Oh,
Brain dome mold from B1. Oh wow, to make copies. Yep. Sulu's uniform. Now this, Dad, if you're listening, you should have bought this for $800. It's now sold for $27,000. So they had. I'm talking to my dad. When they had the Wrath of Khan auction, when I met Leonard Nimoy, they had a ton of Star Trek items, and one of the items was a phaser. And I was showing to him like that. It was $800 or $500 to buy the phaser in 1982 on June 3rd.
That's the motion picture one, but yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going. Well, here's Wrath
got the Wrath of
Khan.
Khan
That
right
one.
there. Very similar.
It's 26. Yeah, it's almost identical. And he's like, "This is crap. It's crap. It doesn't work. It doesn't light up. It's bull." You know, my dad would always swear BS. He's like, "This is crap. Why do you want this fake, phony crap?" So
I want this fake phony crap.
And it's sold for like $500, and I look what it's. You know, we could have. There was a ton of Star Trek props there, Kirk's belt buckle, artwork. And the most expensive thing, I think Kirk's ears, Spock's ears, went I think for $3,000. And then we're
Buck Rogers shuttle.
I got to show my friend Kim what they went for. Yep.
Take a gander at the private chat there, Mark.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, Mark Lenard's Romulan uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much did that go for?
Let's see, that one for only $23,000, so kind of affordable. Oh, the bat phone, $22,000. Yeah, so things are getting cheaper at least.
City Eel.
Yeah.
Wait, go back a little bit if you would. Did someone?
Which one?
Let's see. Empress is saying laser blast. Go back. There wasn't something from laser blast, was there?
Let's see.
Moonfather. No.
Moonraker.
Oh my God. No, that one. Yeah,
laser blast. So he built the model. He did the model.
Holy crap!
Because he was the model.
Oh,
maker,
it was a terrible movie, but it's hilarious. Anyway, but
great model.
Moseying.
Yeah. Well, I'll just scroll pretty quick here. There's the remote control from Spock's brain. I mean, I'll put the link in. But this is just phenomenal what they have here. Yeah.
We could do a whole show just on this.
Look at that.
We have. How many times?
That's for the turbo lift.
We've done this before. Remember?
Yeah, the turbo lift, ray generator from the motion picture.
Original series. Yeah. Look at that Buck Rogers helmet.
Oh my God, that's Aaron Gray's helmet.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you know how good my cosplay
Ultraman.
would be if I had that.
Oh yeah.
Desk intercom. Oh, I would love having my desk.
Oh,
satchel.
That would be amazing on my desk.
So Spock's ears only went for $15,000. So my friend's got a set of Spock's ears, and they keep tell her if you're ever going to sell it, of course, that's out of my price range to buy right now. But
holy shit,
Colonel Viper.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Wow.
I love that helmet. It's so perfect.
Yeah, the helmet is so cool. Yep. Space 1999, John Koenig. Here we go.
Flesh Gordon.
Wilma.
There you go.
Oh, you're killing me, man.
You got that in the helmet. You're good to go.
13,000.
Another model.
Well, I did pay a lot of tribute to Mark Goddard last night, Larry.
Oh, look at that.
Brain. Brain. What is brain?
Oh my God.
Gamesters of Triskelion.
5,000 Quatloos.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Mudd.
Proton collector. Oh my God, man. This is insane.
Star Trek Enterprise phaser.
Yeah. This is nuts, man.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. And there's three.
Oh, well, we better.
You better mow. But I'm just gonna. I know you want to mow.
It should have. This should have gone. All of this should have been put in a museum. It's
some
very
people ask
sad.
that, but what you know,
you can make more money this way.
The family makes money this way, so
I know, but
you'll never make that much money in your lifetime. I mean, for someone like that, so
I know.
I mean, how much would you get for the entire collection?
He got
And
13 million, or they got the family got 13 million.
Well, some rich ass should buy all of it and then go start a museum.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if you know
It's
somebody who could afford 13, and there are plenty of rich guys who can, you know. So
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
that's nothing to some of these guys.
Well, I knew a couple of guys who had a Star Trek museum in Drumheller, and they had put in, you know, well over 6 figures, but it just wasn't popular enough, and it closed down.
That's where you make it like just don't like mix it up with a lot of other stuff. That's
Whoa! Wait! What's going on with Rand?
What?
Press
There?
photos. Okay, thanks.
Yep. I put the link in again in the chat so people can go through. But War of the Machine,
wow.
War of the Worlds, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You can spend hours. I think I'm gonna buy the book for this. The early bird certificate almost went for 4. Oh, I shouldn't have. I had one. I sent it in. Yeah.
Well, I got to get going, Mark, because it's a school night for me, so I have to get up very early.
All right. Well, if you want to tap out and let's finish up or whatever, or do you want to? We can. I mean, or whatever you want to do. Go ahead and speak your final words, and we'll get out of here quick. We'll let everybody go. Quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can show the third page another time.
Yeah, we'll be back. Yeah. So we'll do it next week.
Yeah.
So to be continued for next week.
To be continued.
To be continued for sure. That's a drool-worthy thing to show.
Well, we're gonna go.
We should spend time on it. Yeah. It's something cool. Yep.
We're gonna get done quick, folks, because this is a school night, and but you know, Raquel has to get up early and stuff, and a lot of us do it. Tomorrow's Friday, so number one, anything you have to say?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me on the show tonight. I also want to thank everyone in the chat for the marvelous conversation this evening. Thank you for supporting CLOBBERIN Times, this channel. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Thank you to all of our regulars and all of our friends. I love your company, and I had a marvelous time this evening. I want to thank my Patreon subs. Thank you for backing my work. Larry, Tony Stark, Sean Carter, Cardinal Sin, Shooter, Gwagnar, Chris Persia, Scuba and Leslie Pete, Eric Kane, Kirby, Enigmatic Drop Bear, Michael and Cassandra Beacom, Mark D with a C and his beautiful family, Anti-Derivative Jill, Maximum Redstone, JT Kirk, Dadman and the Dadman Clan, Lord and Lady Thoth, and of course Little Lance, Rob Altis, and Tyler. Thank you so much for helping my science fiction to happen. Hopefully one day the same thing will happen to me as happened to Andy Weir when he went on Patreon, but I can only dream. I will probably die in obscurity like H.P. Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh.
But in the meantime, thank you for trying to get my stuff out there. I love you and appreciate you all so much. I want to thank Mark D with the C. He wasn't feeling well, and I love this person. This person has such a beautiful family and is such a kind man. He gave me a real scare this week, and I'm glad that he's feeling better. If you're not following Mark, what's your problem, man? You should be. He's a really cool guy. And you should follow him on Twitter, on YouTube, on Patreon, everywhere. Just go and do it. Do it! I also want to thank Clobby. Clobby, I love you so much. Thank you for creating this space for geeks, nerds, dorks, normies, all of us to come together to talk about the things that we love. Thank you for your expertise, for teaching me about Blake 7, and for getting me to read comics. I love you with all of my heart. Good night, everyone.
Thank you so much, number one. Appreciate you. And Chief Engineer.
Oh, thank you again, Raquel. That's so kind of you always. And everyone go try to support Raquel on Patreon. And if you can't, even if you can't spend the money, follow her on Patreon. So at least that helps get some more traction for that Patreon site. If you do want to get the Greg Jane collection, here, I hope I'm saying his name right. Here's the link here to purchase that book for $25, or the auction book with all the descriptions, and those make great coffee table items. So I think I'm going to purchase one of these. Looking forward to Sunday Night Geekery. Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll be hanging out, talking about all things Comic-Con and some of the stuff that I got. Looking forward to that. And thank you, Clobbering Times. Thank you to everyone in the chat.
Thanks.
Had a lot of fun tonight. And yeah, it was great hanging with you guys as always. And I hope someone in our crowd, I don't know, but it got to be nice to have one of those items for that auction. That's amazing. But yeah, it's just fun to look at. And at least that all that, it's not going to a museum, but at least this catalog is preserving the record of all these items, and maybe some of them will end up in museums, because sometimes people do buy these things and put them on loan. But yeah, great hanging out with everyone tonight. And yeah, the world has been a crazy world this week, so it's nice to take a moment just to talk about things we like and get our minds off of things. And so yeah, really appreciate being able to do that here, and looking forward to hanging out with you guys on Saturday night. Star Trek. Oh, you're starting season 3, right?
Yay,
so that's
yes.
Yeah.
You guys, I also forgot to say thank you to everyone who sent a gift to Clobby. So, there are people in our chat who send gifts, stickers, super chats, things like that. And they help keep the lights on at Clobby's virtual comic book shop. I would like to thank each and every person who sent Clobby a gift. I think that's really spectacular, and I just appreciate you so much. Special shout out to Larry for trying to build up this community, trying to build up this channel by constantly buying memberships for other people in his effort to get people to hang out with Clobby and to just see how wonderful our friend is, and what a great channel he has. So thank you, Larry, for that, and everyone who sent Clobby a special note and a gift. Thank you.
Thank you all for that. Because I'm humbled by it. I never know quite what to say, but it was very kind of you all. But it doesn't, whether you do or not, though. You're here. Thank you for being here. That's the important thing. But again, it's always appreciated. But
and I also want to thank my patrons too. So Shooter, Brian Hepburn, Rob Altus, and Larry. Thank you very much. And hopefully I think I'll just sell the Doomsday Machine on my own. I'll figure it out. But Etsy zoinked me.
What Doomsday Machine? You don't sell.
Oh, it's the ice cream
machine.
cone. Ice cream cone.
It is a sideways ice cream cone that can swallow the universe.
Yes.
Oh my
goodness, Larry.
Larry, that's Larry. That's too kind, buddy. I don't know what to say.
Sweetheart of a man.
I'm honored by that. I'm humbled by it. Thank you so much, buddy. And
I had to show
I'm looking at it.
It's so cute, so I had to show.
Oh yeah, I went over there. Oh, thank you, and thank you to all. Thank you all just for being here. But yeah, Larry, you're too kind, buddy.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Yes, it is. Thank you. Hey, Brian Hepburn, what's up, buddy? I think Brian was here before. I'll sell the shout outs. But thank you, Larry. I can't say it twice. I always say it thrice.
That's right.
Anything else, Marco?
No, just thank you, and yep, I'm looking forward to great new week, a better week this week. Well,
yeah, absolutely. Tomorrow, everybody, I'll be at J-Man's channel for the 6 p.m. 7 Eastern. Let's see, 7 Eastern and 6 Central. Reviewing Jack Kirby's Fourth World with J-Man and Sean. We're having a lot of fun doing that. And later, hopefully, with 32 Flavors for Nick Weiser, my buddies over there, the Comic Shop Talk. And then Saturday night, it is Saturday night Star Trek. Same track time, same Clobby channel. 3rd season reviews for Star Trek Voyager, 4 episodes. We've been having a rocking time. You've all been fantastic over there. And thank you. I hope you will continue to come hang out with us. And again, as Mark had mentioned, the Geekery on Mark's great channel, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please come over there if you want to just hang out and kind of end your week in a geek way. He just attended New York City Comic-Con last week, and he's got great pictures from that. He's going to be showing us and videos and all that fun stuff. So it's going to be great. Every year he does it, and it was a lot of fun last year. And it took a couple of shows to cover it all. So it's going to be great stuff, and I'm looking forward to it. It's always fun.
Thank you.
And
same here.
And then Monday night I'll be back over there at 6 Central at 7 Eastern again, reviewing Legion with J-Man and Sean. And then my regular show, of course, after that at 9. I'm going to do these shout-outs quickly here. Eric K., Chris Persia, D. Bud Martin, Lord Thoth, J-Man, Stephen Callell, Maddie's Daddy, Phantom Outsider, Max Redstone. And let's see who else, who's, again, anyone else who was here tonight? Jill, our wonderful friend Jill. Let's see here. Larry. Again, thank you so much. Brian Hepburn, Ezra Goldstein, Don, Ranger Power, Amelia Clark, Scroll Peace, Ezra. Oh, I already said Ezra, but again, shalom to you, my friend. Oliver Belamonte, thank you so much. Let's see here. Empress NM, Claude Salling, Captain Infinity and Beyond, Sean Carter from Mars, and let's see here. Okay, well, we're going to RTNZ. See, I said Z that time.
Fancy.
Yes, indeed, fancy. So I think there's so many. This thing, my chat's going wonky on me, everybody. So, Doc Fortune, we're gonna let it, we gotta get moving so Raquel can get out here. If anybody I missed, I'm so sorry. We'll get y'all shouted out on the next one. I'm so sorry about that. Dave G Sound was here, so I know we had a bunch of friends here like Parker Luck and Lemon Pie popped in, and if anybody we've missed, like SP4H was here, but if we missed anybody, Zachariah was one of them as well. Then we'll get you back on the next round. Ravenscroft, that's right, was one that they had to leave. Stephen S, Simply Stephen, a whole bunch of friends were here. JT Kirk was here. So thank you all so much. Let's go ahead and run out of here now. But thank you all. Really appreciate it. Have a fantastic weekend. Shout out to Scotty out there. Good night, everybody.